Hello, this is A Die for a Die. Welcome. This is our first episode of a Dungeons & Dragons actual play that is set in a world called Bavaria that is of my own creation. And the people sitting around me are some of my dear friends that are going to be going on a campaign set in Bavaria that is also of my own creation. So, my name is Gage Lord, and this is my first real time doing like a homebrew campaign. We'll start with Jake. Will you just tell everybody your name and how long you've been playing Dungeons & Dragons?
Hello, my name is Jake. This is my first time playing Dungeons & Dragons.
I'm Maddie. It's also my first time playing.
I'm Miranda, and this is my first time playing Dungeons & Dragons.
Hi, I'm Kellen, and this is, I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons for maybe like half a year, give or take.
Yeah. So, with that, just remember that a lot of us are new, and we're trying to have fun, so we're going to do our best to do exactly that. So with that, it is time to get started. So, we are going to start with Maddie. Will you go ahead and describe your character for us, please?
Okay. My name is Rael Brightwood. I'm a half-elf sorceress. I'm about 6 feet tall, very slender but muscular. I have really long, very dark black hair, but very pale skin, so there's sharp contrast. My eyes are bright, or really pale blue, kind of ghostly. I am dressed like I've spent time in the wilderness, so very practical clothing, and you can see that I have purple, almost flames, markings around my legs and on my hands.
Okay, awesome, good job. So, our story starts with Rael making her way into the city of Thyri. Thyri is the capital city of a state called Orleanoc. You are headed that way for herbs and components for spells and stuff, right?
That's right.
Okay. As you approach the city, you see that Thyri, the capital city of Orleanoc, is a city of modest size. It is built upon the Shemdire River, and because of it being built upon the river, the air always seems to feel and smell like rain. The first thing you see as you're approaching the city is the tall Thyririan castle. It is built to house the important officials and representatives from the city of Thyri.
Okay.
And in the city of Thyri, they govern the entire state.
Okay.
As your eyes trace down the castle, you will see beautiful carvings made to look like vines and trees that are embedded into the walls. There are small channels of water that come off of the towers that cascade into orchestrated streams of blue that just fall down the side of the tower. If your eyes were to follow the water down, they would meet with the wall that surrounds the castle and some of the more wealthy decorative parts of the city that are known as the Noble Ring. Outside the Noble Ring is the Commercial Ring. This larger ring is almost completely occupied by businesses. It has restaurants, shops, taverns, and inns. They're all located there. The residents that live in this ring almost always live within their place of business. Businesses do not exclusively reside in the Commercial Ring. There are some businesses in each ring of the city. They're just concentrated in the Commercial Ring. And then outside the Commercial Ring is the Agricultural Circle, which is nicknamed the Slums, or the Slum Circle. This is where almost all the agriculture goes and where a lot of the poorer residents of the city live. They're not all exclusively poor. There are some wealthy, like ranch owners and things like that reside. So from working where you are about right now, you are walking you are walking into the agriculture district at this point, agriculture ring. You want to continue towards the city?
Yes, I'm going to make my way towards the Commercial Ring.
Okay.
Try to look for some sort of merchant.
Okay, as you're walking through, will you make a perception check for me, please? Okay, awesome. So, you see as you're going through, as you're walking into the, commercial district, you see a plethora. It is like almost overwhelming how many people are up and down the outside of the commercial district. It's like there are a ton of people. At this point, you're still like in the slums. You haven't gotten to the commercial district yet. You're seeing all these people that are living in like close to poverty, not necessarily like not below the poverty line, but just right above it. The city itself tends to be pretty wealthy. Even the poorest among them are decently well off.
Okay.
You see lots of vendors as you pass through from the slums to the commercial ring. It's going to cost you 2 silver to pass through.
Okay.
So go ahead and mark that. Just mark that off on your sheet. There are toll booths as you pass through each ring of the city. It's the price varies based on which.
I only have gold pieces. Is there like?
1 gold is 10 silver.
Okay.
As you're walking in, you see that there is a tavern. There is some food places, and there are also some. There's a merchant that is selling herbs and things that you might need for spells and components and stuff from a cart.
Okay. So I'm gonna go talk to this
Okay.
merchant.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. You can walk up. As you approach, you're going to see a thin dwarvish woman. She's very, very thin for a dwarf, which tend to be like a lot more stocky. And you're going to see that she has soft green eyes, some dark brown hair with some blonde streaks that go through it. Very fair skin. She looks a little bit elderly, like she might be like really getting up there for a dwarf in age. And she's gonna say, "What can I do for you?"
I would like to buy just a basic spell kit.
Okay. So you want like a medicine kit?
What does VNS mean?
I'm sorry, VMS?
VSM, what?
Okay, so a V refers to the verbal component of a spell. So if a spell has a V on it, it means you have to say some kind of magical phrase. If it's an M, it means that there's a material component, so you have to like actually buy the materials for that spell. And if there's an S, it means somatic, so you'll be moving your hands.
To the right.
What kind of spells are you wanting to conjure?
Just basic cantrips.
Okay. Here, I got just something for you. And she's going to reach back behind her and pull out a small pouch, and she's going to offer it to you, and she's going to say, "If you give me 1 gold, this has a plethora of materials for basic spell casting. And I'll make a deal for you because I like your hair."
What sort of deal?
1 gold.
Sounds good to me.
And she's just going to slide it over to you. As you make your way, or are you wanting to purchase anything else from her?
No.
Okay. Where are you wanting to go after this?
I'm gonna look for some sort of, maybe like an inn with a bar,
Okay.
somewhere where I can just grab a quick drink.
As you're heading towards, we'll say you are able to find an inn. We'll say you're able to find a tavern fairly easily. It is called the Rusty Faucet. Is a bar that's in the bottom of a tavern. Do you want to go ahead and go in?
Sure.
Okay. Where are you Are you going to the bar? Are you going to get a room?
I'm just gonna go to the bar and order a drink.
Okay. You're gonna see a hill dwarf, very very stocky, very built. Looks to he has some long wavy copper hair that spirals down and kind of connects with his beard. He's very very built, and he has scars on his like cheeks. And as you see him, like he kind of like scratches and messes with them, you see similar scars on his knuckles and stuff too. And he's going to say, "What can I do for you?"
1 pint, please.
All right, that'll be 3 copper.
Okay.
And he's just gonna pour just the local draft and hand it to you. Will you go ahead and make a perception check for me, please? Okay. At this point in time, you hear some commotion. You hear some commotion outside. Some people. Sounds like people running and scattering, and people screaming. And you hear it outside. And with that, we are going to go to Miranda. At this point in time, will you go ahead and describe your character for us, please?
Okay. Her name's Erath. She's a tiefling. She's about 6 feet tall and weighs 160 pounds. Her skin is kind of a dark purple. She has bright green eyes, and her hair is waist length and silver, with some like highlights through it. It's kind of beach wavy. She has horns that, it's an ombre from dark blue to light blue at the tips that kind of curve back, and it's ribbed, and then her tail is slightly pointed, kind of like on a triangle at the very end. But other than that, she has human characteristics. She wears a cloak that is black, that is pretty long, like all the way to her feet, and she wears a kind of like a corset right under her breast that tie in the back, and her shirt is kind of cut low and it's baggy by her shoulders and at the top of her arms, and then it goes down into leather cuffs that tie on the underside. And then she wears black pants that go into her boots that lace up about knee length.
Okay, awesome, good job. You, at this point in time, you're walking down the, you are in the commercial district, and you are currently walking down the street with your good friend and mentor, Ianlin Warren Airtix. And he's gonna look at you and just say, Erath, I don't know why you can't always just make a decision about where to eat. I know you're hungry, and it is time for lunch.
I'm just going to say to him that I always have to pick, and I want him to pick.
Well, you see, honey, I've been picking where to eat for a long time. And with you and L'Oreal being around, it's supposed to make it where I don't have to pick all the time. So, let me see. And he's just kind of scratching at his face and stuff. And I'll go ahead and I'll describe what he looks like for you while this is going on. So he has short white hair that is tucked up underneath a decorative beret. He has very, very golden and soft eyes. The color is very gold. He has very smooth peak skin, and he's very handsome. You would know, he is 256 years old. He is very handsome for an elderly gnome. He's 4 feet tall, and he's very built for he's relatively built for a gnome, and especially a gnome for his age. One thing that you will notice on his left hand is that he still wears he wears a wedding band from from his wife, which is, you would know that that is his deceased wife named Lorelei. Okay, or named Lorelei. Still wears it every day. He's very, very well dressed, and he is on his lapel on his jacket that he's wearing. You see a pin that has the emblem for your faction. And he is still, even while having this conversation with you, holding his medallion that has his has a family crest that just has his initials on it and a basic crest on it that he seems to constantly flip and catch and flip and catch and flip and catch, kind of like a nervous habit. And he's going to look at you and say, "I've got it. Let's go to Seafood Delight. Is that fine with you?"
Perfect.
All right. And you guys are going to make your way deeper. And you were starting off you originated near the Noble Ring, and you're heading towards the outer edge of the commercial district at this point. Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. 20. Okay. You see, at this point, you notice that where you're passing through at this point in time, there is like you're walking on the left side of the sidewalk, and you see that there is a set of actually my mistake. You're on the left side of the sidewalk. Sorry. And you see that there in this open grass area there is some grungs that are setting up. They appear to be like setting up chairs on like a stage and stuff, and there appears to be very few people, but it looks to be like there's an auction going on, and there is an auctioneer standing up at the platform, just rattling away, auctioning off things. And you hear the auctioneer go, "Sold," and they bring up a small what is said to be a griffin egg, and hands it off to a very large large human, a very built human. Takes the egg and starts to walk down, and then you see him start to mention the next thing that's up for sale.
Okay.
Anything you'd like to do?
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
my character's interested in that.
I will say at this point in time, with the natural 20 that you rolled, you also begin to kind of see people start to scatter. So at this point in time, you see all these people start to leave the chairs that they're sitting in, and you see the person up at the front that's like auctioning off still. He's just like very confused as people start to walk away. And if there's nothing else you want to do right now, with that, we're going to move on to Kellen. Kellen, will you introduce your character for us?
My character is Frank Lin, and he is a turtle, and he stands 6 feet tall. He has a black shell that has actually been rumored to be impenetrable, just with turtle shells of the like. And being a turtle, it is a human-like turtle, stands on its hind legs, and he has a very dark green skin to him, and has very, very sharp claws. And I would say that how he's built, he's very muscular. He has very big muscles. He weighs about 50 pounds, and that'd be my description.
Awesome, good job. And a side note for everybody: turtles are very, very not known in this part of the world. So, Frank, at this point in time, you are in a back alley whole in the undercarriage of a carriage that is one that you have been following for a while. You can go ahead and make a perception check for me.
17.
Okay. And you guys are rolling high. So you will see her at this point. You are completely safe behind the behind this like in this back alley of this house. You can you get the sense that the coast is clear if you want to now remove yourself from the carriage. And there are next to you, there are still the grungs the two grungs that you have detained and tied up are still sitting next to you right now in this carriage. This is the group of grungs that you've been tracking for a while, for a few months at this point.
Okay, so I guess I will get out and make sure the coast is clear.
Okay. And with the 17, you it's pretty clear. You get the sense that it's pretty clear.
So what's around me? What?
So you're in a back alley. There are some dumpsters. Like there's a couple of dumpsters. Like this is the commercial district, so it's like food, restaurants, things like that. So it's like a lot of waste and runoff. It's not very clean where you are at this point in time. This you get the sense that this carriage probably isn't supposed to be parked right here. It's kind of blocking the alleyway completely. It is. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. It's very wet and damp where you are at this point in time. There are a lot of like trash cans, like I said, lots of dark places, and then as you come around, like kind of come around to the other side, because the front side of the carriage is facing out towards like the street, and if you come to the back side of the carriage, you see that there's like a bunch of crates and crates, and then like crates, barrels, buckets, things like that.
Okay. Can I go interrogate one of these grungs?
One of the grungs that's tied up? Yeah, of course. Which one do you want to? There is a purple one and a green one.
Green one.
Green one?
Yep.
Okay.
Can I ask, where's the show?
Okay, how are you doing this? How are you asking this?
I'm going to ask, I've been following you for a while.
Okay.
And I have seen what y'all have been doing. And I know more of y'all are here. Where are they?
Okay, if you're doing this angrily and trying to scare him, make an intimidation check. If you're more so trying to convince him to tell you some information, make a persuasion check. But let me know which one you're doing.
I'll do it calmly.
Calmly? Okay,
Yes.
Make a persuasion check then.
That is a
16? Okay. He is, he's going to tell you, just, please don't hurt me. We just got hired. We're not the boss at all. I don't really know what's going on. I've been back here the entire time with you. I don't know where the show is at this point.
I turn to the other one, and I look at him and the purple one, and I ask, "Do you know?"
And he's gonna do like a big swallow, and he's like, "No, I know as much as this guy. I couldn't tell you anything. I'm just a little grung. I don't know."
I pull out my hammer, and I start to intimidate, and I kind of start twirling it around, and I ask, "Are you sure about that?"
Okay, roll an intimidation check real quick. Your persuasion's already really high, so the DC for this is pretty low. What is?
It'd be 6.
Okay. Your persuasion was already really high, so your first roll was already really high, so the DC for the intimidation was relatively low because he's already wanting to tell you. If that makes sense. Okay. He's not going to seem super frightened of you at this point. More just kind of more like he just really he seems afraid, but not of you. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's gonna be like, I've told you everything I know. I don't know anything, man. Just let me out of here, and I just want to go home. It's not my choice to be here.
Okay. I'll cut your ties if you tell me the truth.
Okay, he's going to, with the high persuasion that you've already rolled, I would say he would probably agree to that. They're both going to look at each other and just kind of be like, and you're gonna see like the goiter on like the frog, like both of their, because they're frog people, grungs are frog people. You're gonna see them both like start to like go in and out as if they're like breathing heavily and nervous, and they're like, there's another grung. He's the one that's in charge.
Do you know where he is?
We're just supposed to sit here and watch all of the merchandise. I think he's up front with the auction.
Where's the auction?
And they're gonna point like at the crates at first, where all the crates and stuff are, and then they're gonna go like that. So they're gonna point like that and then point this way. So it has a gesturing around the corner.
Okay, so I'm a man of my word, and I got both my claws, cut the ties, let them go, and I go toward the auction.
Okay, they are going to like book it. Like one of them is going to like start to take off, and the other one is going to like try to like clamor and grab some things, and the other one's just gonna run up behind the purple one, comes up behind the green one, like smacks him on the back of the head and grabs him, and it's like, we don't have time for that, and gets out of there.
Okay. So I'm heading to the auction right now?
You're going out to the auction?
Yes.
Okay. You walk out, and you were, so like you're like out over near the stage at this point?
I go in the direction that he pointed to. So
are you going to the crates, or are you going to the actual stage?
Or where are the crates? Are the crates before the stage?
So if you're, let's say you're standing right here, okay?
Yeah.
They pointed this way, the crates are right here, and they pointed around the corner, and if you were to go to the crates and then turn left, there's the auction is over here.
Okay. I'll go examine those crates first.
You want to go examine the crates first?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a number of crates. Is there a certain thing that you're looking for? Like a certain
one
like
that
there are some large ones, small ones, medium sized. What are you looking for here?
The medium to large. I want to see what's in it, or if I can pry one open.
Okay. Make an. Are you you're?
Yep.
You're looking. So you are looking for a specific one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say you're able to fairly easily tell which are the two biggest. There are two. There's one that is very big, and then there's one that is just barely smaller than the very big one. Which one do you want to?
The small one.
Like one is like 6 feet tall, and the other one's like 5 to 4 feet tall.
I'll do the 5 to 4 feet.
5 to 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you opening this?
Using my claws to pry it open.
Pry it open. Okay. Make a strength or make a athletics check for me, please.
That is a 60.
Okay. Yeah, it comes off no problem. And as the door pries away, you see just a set of. It looks to be like decorative armor, like what might be like put up in like a museum or something. That is just like. It's just a set of armor holding a sword.
Okay.
What looks to be just like what you'd have like as used for like decoration.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna leave it be, and then I'm gonna go to the 6 foot one.
To the 6 foot crate?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna pry it open at this point
Yep.
again? Okay, go ahead and make another strength check or another athletics check for me, please.
21.
21. All right. You pry it off, and the door completely flies off, and you see a what appears to be an orc, a young orc. At this time, Jake, will you go ahead and introduce your character for us, please?
Yeah. So my character is named 8. He's an orc. A 13-year-old orc that is 6'1", 245 pounds. I have a black mullet that is long in the back and curls and flows. have gray skin with a bluish tint and marks of somebody who's been working hard outside, like cracked skin on my hands, calluses, things like that. My right eye is black, but my left eye is milky white with a scar going across my face that looks like a claw mark. I have an owlbear skin cape on my back, a black tattered shirt, brown canvas pants. I'm barefoot. I have shackles on my wrists and ankles that have rubbed the skin raw. And through my tattered shirt, you can kind of see a scar or a branding, what it looks like.
Awesome, good job. You are looking face to face with a orc. Are you awake at this time, or are you?
I'll be asleep.
Okay, you're asleep.
Okay.
I will say you are poisoned. You're aware. You have some. You're not fully poisoned, but you are still a little groggy and stuff because the grungs have been. You would all know from. It's decently well known that grungs have a tendency to take other creatures hostage, and when they do, the way that they keep them weak is by adding poison to their food. So that is why you are so sleepy and groggy. Is that you have some poison, residual poison in your system, but you are not poisoned. You're just like kind of like a hangover, like you're coming off of the effects. If that makes sense. There's nothing wrong with you. You just don't feel great. Okay. And you guys are face to face. You may.
Okay. I go try to wake him up. I nudge him.
Okay.
Jolt awake a little bit. I'm still handcuffed.
Yeah, you are.
Shackled.
Your wrists are bound together, and then the chains are bound to the chains go from your wrists down to your feet. Also, he's not shackled to the box, but he's kind of like quartered.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say much. I'm just gonna kind of look at you a little shocked.
Okay. I gently ask, have you seen any other creature like me recently?
No, I've been stuck in a box, poisoned.
I sigh. Well, how long have you been in this box?
I'm not sure. I've been in and out because of the poison they've been giving me. I can't remember much of recently.
Go ahead and make a history check for me. Wow. Okay. Never mind. I was going to let you recall some extra information that you might know about grungs, but with a natural one, you don't remember much of anything. All right.
I might be able to help you look for somebody if you help me out of my predicament.
Okay. I'll take you up on the offer. So I'm. Where are the shackles again?
So he has a set. There's a chain that is connecting his wrists together, and there's a chain connecting his legs together, and then there is a chain that is linked. Like if the wrist were right here, there's a link that goes from here down to connecting the ones to his feet. So basically, like an eye.
Okay.
That's connected, like a capital I.
So how wide is this bound?
About say like foot.
Okay. So I'm going to try to break those chains, and what I'm going to make him do is rest his arms on the ground, and I'm going to swing my warhammer and try to break the chain links.
Okay. Okay. Are you going to let this happen? Are you okay with this?
Are you okay with
I admit my concern for a warhammer being swung between my narrow wrists,
I'm a good.
but no, I don't let that happen.
Okay, you don't let that happen? Okay. This is y'all's conversation. I'm just here watching.
I'm not gonna do that.
I would love to help you. I guess. So he's chained to the box, or is
No,
he?
no,
Okay.
he's not chained to the box.
Okay. I guess we could take you to Smith if we try to get out of here.
Well, let's try to break the long chain in the middle, but I don't trust your swinging between
Yeah.
other areas.
So he's 6 feet tall. So, or I think you're over 6 feet tall, right? The chain connecting his wrists to his feet would be like 4 feet to 4.5 feet long. So if you want to attempt that there, it'd be
I'm
a
willing
lot
to let you
easier.
try that.
Okay, I'll then try to break it with my...
Okay, make a attack with your warhammer.
Make an attack. Oh,
Yeah, so
like
roll
damage.
so roll to hit with the warhammer.
Okay. That'd be a 13.
Okay, yeah, I'll say that hits. I mean, he's sitting still. It's not
Okay.
a super hard target. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That'd be 6.
Okay. Yeah, that breaks the like one singular link in the middle.
Alright.
Breaks. You needed 5 damage to break it, so you got it.
Okay.
A link bounding. That's so now your wrists are free from being connected to your feet, so you can now kind of like hobble and walk around. But they're far enough that you could like walk and stuff, just not quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so
I guess,
we head out.
yeah, I guess we should definitely get away from these boxes. So try to like get as far away as we can. Or at least turn the corner.
So, both of you, right now, make a perception check for me.
15.
17.
Wow, everybody. All right. You both kind of lock eyes and then look. So the crates are like right here, and your back is currently to the opening of where the auction is at this point. You both hear like screaming and a commotion going on over where the show was supposedly taking place. Everybody's aware of what's happening, and I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative.
I have a question.
What's up?
Do I have anything on my person? Or was I just
Not
like...
at this point, no.
Okay. I just have my clothes and my
Yep.
skin.
Is there a die underneath there?
Yeah.
No. Okay. There's that. So, where the cart, or the, what did I say, the
Yeah, car.
chariot or wagon, what did I say you came in on, was right here behind this inn. So all of these crates and stuff are right here. There are some small ones near here. So there we go. All right, so Franck, you are currently right here. Currently right here. 8 is right here. This is the box that you emerged from. Erath, you are here. And you are walking down the street with Ianlyn. Ianlyn's to your left right now. And you are right about, so you're about right here.
Still inside?
Oh yes, you are inside. Sorry, good call, good catch. So we'll say, because you rolled such a high perception check, I'd say you probably were able, whenever you heard the commotion, you're able to make it to the door. Is that what you think she would, what
Yeah.
Raelle would do? Okay. So we'll say you're right there, right there. The auction was going on about right here in this general area. Okay. And at this point in time, a set of animated armor that it arose from this crate and has walked out and is now swinging and trying to attack some of the one of the grungs that was like helping with the auction, and then swinging and destroying some chairs and tables and stuff that are around the auction, and swinging through some cabinets that had just been sold, and a bunch of the objects that are around that have been sold, that are being sold at this auction. So I need, can anybody who got an initiative over from 20 to 25? 15 to 20? Jake?
Do I? Wait. Yeah. I got 18.
18? Okay.
I add that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
16.
14.
Nice, you guys like did it in order, so I don't have to move anything.
1.
Wow. What's your dexterity?
My dexterity is -1.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. It is currently your go. 8. It is your turn. You will have first chance to attack.
Okay. Hey, turtle guy. You have a spare weapon I can use? They could have other creatures in the boxes the armor's destroying.
So are you saying this to him right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know his name, so I call him Turtle.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's true. I'll say both of y'all can make. You can make an investigation check as this is starting, like as this is happening. Like if you wanna, like as you see it happening, you could look around. If he as he calls us out, you can both make investigation checks to try and find a weapon near you.
Yeah, let's say.
I got 4.
7.
Really?
Yeah, 4.
All right. You don't necessarily find any weapons, but you do find like a pair of like bolt cutters.
Alright.
So, since he's still chained, could he use my warhammer?
Yeah, I mean he could use the warhammer together. Like I mean he could two-hand the warhammer if you wanted to.
Okay. If you want, you could use this.
Alright, I'll take the warhammer,
Okay.
and I want to charge towards the armor.
Okay, I'm gonna say you're gonna have half your movement because
Okay.
your legs are chained together.
Okay.
So your usual movement, we'll say you're right here on this step for simplicity right now. You've got, if you want to go directly towards him, would say you usually have 30, so you'd get to go to about right there. He would be there.
Okay. I'm gonna take his warhammer and throw it.
You want to throw the warhammer?
Yes.
What are the stats in your warhammer?
1d8 plus 3.
Okay, so the warhammer's not a throwable. It's not a
I
throwable
know.
weapon.
I know.
So make a.
I want to attempt to take it from here and just
Throw it straight over. Okay, make a. You're using strength to do this, I'm assuming, right? You're using your like how strong you are to throw this.
Yeah.
Make a straight strength check. Or actually, we'll say an athletics check.
21.
Wow. All right. Okay, you throw the hammer. It is going to make contact with the. It will hit the animated armor. Roll a d4 for damage. Yeah. It takes 1 point of damage. I'm gonna go ahead and set these up. Real, you're up next.
I believe Erath is next.
You're right. Erath, you're up next. That's my bad. Good catch.
How far away is he from me?
Let's see. Put you on that square. 1, 2, 3, 6. He's about 30 feet from you.
Okay. I want to run up to him. Have my rapier, and I want to try to slash across
Okay, roll to
his
hit.
chest. 16.
16, that's gonna miss. That misses. So you're going to slash across the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as you swing the rapier across, it just kind of like clumsily is turning to look around, and it just happens to swing right past its armor.
Yeah, kind of. I didn't know they were kind of.
Is there anything else you want to do?
I think I want to use my bonus action to take out my dagger.
Okay, you're gonna pull out your dagger.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No, not this moment.
Okay. We're gonna go to Rael. It's your up.
I'm going to kind of look behind.
Did you moved, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to move you. Is
That's
it right
okay.
there? Fine.
Mhm.
Okay. That's within range.
I'm going to kind of look behind the pillars I'm standing, and I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb.
Okay. I'm gonna
So-
put you like right there, so you have clear sight. Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of like clap my hands together and stretch them apart slowly, which makes the marks on my hands and my legs start glowing.
Cool.
And there's just kind of this really gross looking green dripping oozing acid ball that forms, and I'm going to hurl it at the
Okay.
city
Is that
line.
a attack, or is it a DC? Is it a spell save?
Hmm?
Can you hand me the card real quick? Let me see. Okay, make a spell attack for me. So roll to hit. Roll a d20 and add your mottos. Add your spell attack modifier, which will be your it'll be your charisma plus your proficiency bonus. So a d20 plus your charisma plus your proficiency bonus. So it should be a +6 to hit.
So 25.
That hits. All right. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay. Eight.
8 damage. Okay. Nice. It now goes to its turn. And with you being closest to him, Erath, he's going to make its first attack. It's going to swing, just like swing its like fist towards you, and it's going to be actually. Let's do that. It's going to be a 20 to hit. That hits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Going to take 4 points of damage. 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And then it is going to turn to you, Jake, and start hobbling over towards you. It's going to stop right there, and it's going to take its other hand and go to slam at you, slam it across your face. And that is a 19 to hit. That hit?
Is that the armor?
Yeah,
Yeah,
AC.
that hits.
Okay. And then you're going to also take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then now it is Frunk's turn.
I'm gonna move a little bit out of line of sight of him, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to pull out a javelin,
Okay.
and I will throw it at the animated armor.
So you don't have to use your bonus action to pull it out. It's
Okay.
just part of the action. Since
Okay.
you're not, since right now you don't have the hammer in your hand,
Okay.
so you're not switching weapons. You're just pulling a weapon out. So you don't have to use your bonus action.
Okay.
So
I'll just pull out a javelin.
pull out a javelin, throw it.
now. Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit. It's a crit. All right. Roll the damage die, and that's gonna hit. Roll the damage die and double it.
6 plus 3, that'd be 9. Yeah, 9.
9, and then double.
Or do I add the plus?
Yeah. So it's fully doubled. So
Okay,
6
okay,
plus.
okay.
So is it?
It'd be 6, then 12.
So, okay, 12 points of damage. Nice. At this point in time, the armor is like starting to look more like stretched out, like the links that are holding it together are starting to like hang a little bit more and not look super like held together and steady. Is that going to conclude your turn?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to go back to 8.
All right. I would like to just try to tackle it
You want to
off
attempt?
its feet.
Okay. Make a athletics check or an acrobatics check, your choice.
19.
You want a 19?
Yeah.
All right, you succeed. You have tackled him to the ground. You are both prone at this point in time. He takes no damage though.
Okay.
So the way prone works is when you go to stand up, it's going to use it will use half of your movement to stand up.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I do any sort of punch at this point with a bonus action making?
No. I mean that it was your full action to tackle him. If you want to attempt to like move or crawl away, you could do that. But
I'll roll
Figure.
off of him.
okay, you're just gonna.
I'm gonna
kinda
roll onto my back to the side.
Okay, so I'll say you're both prone at this point, and you're just going to kind of which way you're rolling. So I'll say you tackled him. You tackled him this way, right? Is that the way you probably
Yeah.
would have because you're standing here? Okay. Which way are you wanting to roll away from him?
I'll roll towards the building.
Towards the building.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll say you were able to get like a little over 5 to 10, like between 5 and 10 feet away from him.
Okay.
Okay. While you're prone, if melee attacks on you do have advantage, but the same goes for him while he's prone also.
Okay.
Okay. Goes to Erath.
Okay. Would I damage 8 if I made an attack? Like, would he be harmed?
No. He's within 10 feet away. You'd have to really miss to even get
Yeah.
anywhere close to him.
Okay. Would I have advantage?
You would, since it is prone, you would have advantage on the attack.
Okay. Alright, then I just move up by his head while he's laying on the ground and
Right there?
Yeah. And kind of like does it have a head?
Yeah, it does. This figure does not have the head, but it does have a head at this point in time. We'll say it still has the head.
I'm gonna kind of go to like crouch down, and as I do, I'm gonna bring my rapier up and over my head to drive into
Okay,
his,
so you're like
neck.
crouching down and coming up and
Yeah.
all right, cool. That's sick. Roll an attack. So roll to hit.
Okay. Uh, 16. I think.
16 misses. So as you come down with the rapier, and are you coming down like at its head?
Like its neck area.
At its
so
neck
yeah.
area. As you're coming down, you see the helmet just kind of like detach and roll off, and your rapier misses and stabs into the ground.
Alright. So does that have a head anymore?
No, now it doesn't have a head. So now it looks like the figure. So the head just kind of detached and rolled off.
Interesting. Okay. Then can I use my dagger to?
Yeah, go. Oh, actually, you have advantage. So roll again and see if you had advantage on that attack. Sorry, roll. That's my bad. Roll again and see if you get it a higher. That's lower. Okay, yep, you miss. you do miss. Okay. So now you can still attack with your dagger. That's my bad. Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna use my dagger to go for its chest now, since its head's gone.
Okay. Are you doing like the same type of thing?
Yeah, but less dramatic.
Okay, so since you're like already squatting
Yeah,
over
I'm just
him,
gonna
you're just
take
gonna
it and be like,
Okay, all right, cool. So go ahead and make an attack with the dagger.
It's okay, I have another. 21. Right? Yeah.
All right, that hits. You can go ahead and, I mean, you can roll. You still have advantage, so you can roll again. Also, if you want to see if you like, you roll twice because you have
Does it
advantage.
matter?
I mean, you could roll a crit if you roll again.
Okay.
You rolled higher, but okay. So yeah, you managed to hit it. Since you had advantage, you can add your sneak attack die.
Okay.
Yeah, so roll the d4 for the dagger plus the d6 for the sneak attack.
4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It is back to Rael's turn.
Okay. Is she in between me and him? Like,
I mean, you have some clear line of sight of her, or line of sight of both of them, really.
then I'm going to cast a chill touch cantrip. So I'm gonna kind of like move my hand out in a replica of my hand, but icy and ghostly just kind of floats out from it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna send it towards. It's gonna like grab and like latch onto his chest
Okay.
area. Right
Go ahead and
where
roll
the
to
heart
hit.
would be.
It should just be just a 20 and add your spell attack modifier, like your last attack was.
9.
Okay, that's going to miss. Yeah, so we'll say like since he's laying on the ground, it just kind of like shoots over him, and the hand that you sent out like grabs a wad of dirt and just like crumples up and then fades away. It is going to go back, or is there anything else you want to do on your turn? You still have your movement and stuff if you want to move. No? Okay. It is going to use half its movement to get up, so it still has 10 left. It's going to come over to you, Jake, and it's going to come down with both of its fists and slam down onto you. And it will have advantage on those attacks because anyway. So the first one is a 17.
Yeah.
That hits. Okay. Okay, that's going to be plus 2, 8 damage. And then he's going to swing the second one at you. And it's going to be it's a 9. Does that miss?
Yes.
Okay.
This is
And you can tell people how you're looking, if you want to go ahead and describe what you're looking like right now at this point.
real bruised up.
Okay.
Bleeding
Okay.
and hurting and groaning and rolling on the ground.
Okay. We'll go to Brock's turn.
Okay, so I kind of look shocked as I see 8 get absolutely smashed, and I remember I still need to finish out this animated armor, so I pull out another javelin, and I just throw it at the armor, trying to get it off of 8.
Okay. Roll to hit. No way! Say it out loud.
Oh, nat 20.
All right. That hits. Go ahead and roll for damage and then double it.
Okay. 12.
All right. How's this? What does this look like? Tell it. How are you? This will
I aimed
finish
it.
him off. How are you?
I
How's
aimed
this going?
for the center of his breastplate, and I just see it, like, just go through it like butter, and it just like came out the other end, and it just collapsed.
Okay, so we'll say that the javelin goes straight through his chest plate and just like caves in the chest plate and passes through him, and the javelin sticks into the back of this into this wall, and he just like kind of stops and then falls completely apart and falls to the ground, collapse.
All right, sweet.
And you are all out of initiative. So
Cool. I first things first. I definitely go grab my stuff. So my
Okay.
warhammer that
okay.
ate through.
All right, if you guys want to do anything, go ahead and just say it and call it out now. I'm gonna start cleaning this up.
Roll for wild magic.
Yeah. Go ahead. Roll for wild magic. Sorry, I forgot to keep track of that.
And it's below 5.
All right. I forgot to have you do that. That's you only had one attack hit though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll only be one.
23.
1 second. Sorry, that's my bad.
Okay. Is it after a hit or after it's done?
It's after. It would be after you do a spell attack.
Oh, okay.
So 23. As the combat's like kind of ending, you guys all seem to realize that as you turn to look at this strange woman that you've never seen before, but was aiding you guys in combat, you turn and she appears to be blue this time. Like her skin is blue, and you can't quite remember whether or not she was blue before, if she's always
weird,
been blue.
right?
But her at this point in time, her skin is like a vibrant, bright blue.
Don't judge.
Yeah, and yeah, your skin is
Okay.
blue now.
Nice.
Okay.
And then
Smurfed.
with that, we will we'll be out of initiative. So, you guys can
Okay.
do whatever you would like to at this point in
Alright.
time.
Grabbing my.
Right now, you I would say you two are both like together over the armor, and you are within like 10 feet of them, and you're still near the tavern that you were at.
I think I'm gonna like run over to 8 because he looks pretty beat up. I'm gonna kind of like reach forward, like, "Are you okay?" And then I'm gonna notice my own hand and be like, "What is going? Like, what? Why am I blue?" And rush to the window of the tavern and kind of look at my face, like, "What? Why am I blue?"
Okay, awesome.
Hey. You're welcome.
Oh yeah, thanks. What's your name, by the way?
I'm Frank.
What are you?
I'm I'm a turtle.
A turtle?
Turtle.
Turtle?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's what I am. Do you still need help out of these chains?
Yeah, but not from the hammer.
The one you threw?
Yes. It seemed like the best course of action. I couldn't get close enough.
Could I at least break the ones? Well, we could help you over.
I'll just walk over and pick up the bolt cutters that are on the ground that you
Okay.
opened out of the box.
Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna ask where my mentor was.
He appeared to just kind of disappear as the combat happened. Like he's just gone.
Oh.
Wow.
So mental.
I think I am relieved.
Relieved that he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I would like Rael to cut me out of my
Be like, "You
chains
need
with the
help,
bolt cutters.
Yeah, I like threw y'all a freaking bone and you didn't take it.
Right.
So,
What are you
No.
gonna do?
Just,
I don't
you were
wanna
just
do
excited
it.
about. You were just excited about combat. You didn't want to use the
I
bolt
don't
cutters.
think that 8 would think about that.
That's fair. That's fair. It's just good role play.
I'm gonna snip all the chains that are like closest to his like actual like big shackles.
Okay.
So the chains are like off of him.
So the chains are off, but the shackles are still connected to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone have anything to make me feel a little better? Battered and bruised over here.
I'm sure the tavern has beer.
I
I
guess.
don't care.
Well, I could help you out. I want to perform lay on hands.
Okay. It just happens, right? There's no roll for it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, he gains 5 hit points.
Okay. Describe how you're doing this for me, please.
So, I don't know. I start rubbing my hands together, and I clap, and I put them on his chest. Whoa, wait. First, do you want me to heal you?
Yes.
Are you
I would appreciate it.
Are you sure? This might sting.
Might sting.
A little bit, but you'll
It'll
feel better
heal me?
afterward.
I've dealt with
This
worse.
is like an icy hot situation.
Kind of. Well, I don't know what that is.
I've
but-
dealt with worse. I'm sure.
So,
Frank doesn't.
I don't know what that is. So I rub my hands, I smack his chest, and these glowing powers just come and like a bright light from my hands or from my claws, and then you kind of absorb that glow.
Okay.
Do you feel better?
I do feel better. It felt tingly.
Oh, good.
I feel a little bit better.
I guess
Alright.
I'll make my way over because I feel like I'm a little bit farther out.
Okay. So you're like walking up to this group at this point?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be slowly walking up to them, like observing what is happening.
Okay.
At this point, can I investigate the rest of the crates from where Frank and I came from?
Yes. Does anybody else want to do anything at this point?
Can I look at the chainmail armor? If there's anything I could.
Yeah, you can. You roll a roll. What do you want to know about this armor?
I want to look if there's anything I can take from it. If there's anything valuable.
Anything valuable?
Yeah.
Okay, then just roll an investigation check. You also roll an investigation check.
That's
Can you use pieces of armor?
15.
Like that pieces of animated armor is actual armor after it's been dead?
1 second, I'll come back to that real quick. What did you roll?
7.
Okay. You don't really like. You don't really know if any of it can be like salvaged or anything like that. It seems to be like, though it was like tough while you were fighting it, it appears to be like very like brittle at this point in time now. Now that it's like non-magical at this point in time.
I rolled a 15.
Okay. Yeah, you find there were still yeah, there were still 4 different crates that you could have looked through. So, I'll say you're just kind of rummaging through all of them, and in one of them, you find like a massive hammer that it's like rock. It's like rock on both sides, fused with metal in the middle. In another crate, you find like your personal belongings, your backpack that you had whenever the grung picked you up, and inside that bag is the your like your kind of like your birth certificate. It's a proof of ownership document is what you find in the and it has your name on it.
I would like to collect that and stuff it in my bag.
Okay. You can do that. You've got all those things.
And then I want to show Frank my hammer and say it looks like this.
Okay, you can go over there. You can. Well, I'll say at this point you're over there talking. Does that answer your question with the armor? With the what you investigated?
Yes.
It's
I
very
mean-
like brittle and as it
Right,
lost
I mean,
its
in
magic.
general, as a rule, like if it had been usable, could you?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you
take
could have
where
salvaged
is-
it. Yeah,
oh.
if it was like if it wasn't since it's magical armor, I'm saying the armor itself wasn't what was strong. It was the magic that
Okay.
that is what made it
Gotcha.
strong. It's like very old, ancient, like brittle armor. So, at this point in time, you hear some like what seems to be like some like hustle and bustle walking up behind you, and you hear everybody. You hear somebody go, "All right, all of you, hands where I can see them."
I refuse.
You refuse?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
My back's still to them.
Yeah,
so-
your back is nobody. All of your like this is behind you where the like auction went on. So none of you are looking in that direction at this point in time.
I'm just gonna follow Frank's lead.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like peer over my shoulder.
So you're
See
gonna
if he's,
actually
like-
look.
to
Is
see
anybody
if
else
he's,
looking?
like looking at us. Yeah.
No.
Okay, so you're gonna look. Okay. You turn and you see a halfling woman. With short, curly, red hair that is it's like short and curly down to here, and it's shaved on this side and it's all brought over to this side, curled on over the left side. She has very dark tan skin. She's about 2 feet, and she's 2'7", roughly. She's very very small woman. She's a halfling, She has a very athletic build and a round, very common face. Not ugly, not pretty, just very bland. Bland's not the best word, like common. It's common, average. She looks to be like in her 30s, 30 to 40. And behind her, you see there to be about 12 to 15 city guard, all of them with their crossbows aimed at your group.
Alright, I'm gonna turn around slowly, like I'm annoyed, and take a couple steps, like, in their general direction.
Okay. Go ahead. Are you gonna say something?
I was just gonna like whisper to them, be like, no sudden movements. You got about 4 or 5 crossbows trained on you right now.
Okay.
To the ones that can hear me.
Okay, good. She's gonna say, "No farther. Stop right there."
I kind of like, retort back. I'm like, they couldn't pierce my shell if they tried.
At this point in time, one of them is going to fire. You're going to see one of them fire their crossbow, and it's going to shoot directly past your head and stick into the wall behind you. You get the impression that it's like that's it's exactly where they were aiming. Like it was.
Ring shot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look unfazed by their actions.
Okay.
And call out to the lady that seems to be in charge and say, what is your business with us?
Okay. She's gonna say, destruction of property.
All right, go.
I'd say take it up with him and gesture to the mangled armor on the ground.
At this point, she's gonna look over, and it's basically just a pile of like ash at this point in time. It is like all crumbled. It looks like sand, like dark sand at this point.
Okay.
Can everybody make a perception check for me? Wow.
23.
6.
22.
Oh, I thought that was way lower than what you did. Okay, you two notice that down the alley where the cart was, that you see this cart, you don't know where it's from. You would recognize where this cart is. You guys both have seen this already. But the cart, where the cart is, you see about 5 more guards coming down the alley, now covering the only point of exit. The only other exit that you know of.
Have I seen this cart?
Yeah, it's the one that Kellen emerged from. So like you would have, or that Frank emerged from. So you would have seen it like whenever you came out of the crate. It's the
Okay.
did I say chariot? Was that the first word I used?
You said carriage.
Carriage. That's the word I was looking for. It's a carriage. Sorry. Thank you.
So I just recognize it, but it has
Yeah.
no significance.
Yeah, it's not like significant. You just you
Okay.
know that's the carriage that the Grums were transporting everything with.
Okay.
Sorry, I just could not think of that word again.
Well, I'll just kind of openly point at it and go, "Hey, that's the carriage the grungs use."
You're gonna see the woman kind of do like gesture, and she's gonna go, "Move in, boys," and they're all gonna like just start moving in and kind of surrounding you guys.
Okay, I still keep my back turned to them, and I shout, why do you have a problem with us?
She's gonna say, "I have no problem with you specifically, but there's a panic going on right now because of the commotion that you guys have caused. We need to bring you in for questioning to figure out what is going on."
Caused is a funny word.
Go.
I'm gonna ask her, like, are you a part of this town? Or the city.
She's gonna say, I'm head guard. I ask the questions. We're taking you down to the station. And they're gonna move in further.
Okay. I'll, I guess I'll keep on shouting for them to hear, and I'll say, I guess I'll go with you. I have nothing to hide.
Okay.
I will follow Frank's lead.
Okay. Yes.
Sure, they could put me in cuffs.
Hmm?
Sure, they could put me in cuffs.
Okay.
I'll walk with you.
Okay. They're going to close in, and they are going to, like, put some chains onto each of you. Frank, you are chained to Erath. Erath is chained to Rael, and Rael is chained to Jake. So you guys are all, chained in a line. Who is walking in front, Frank or 8?
I'll walk.
Frank.
Okay, so you're walking in front, you're following. Okay. She's going to lead you. It is a long walk. The city is set up in rings, right? And you guys were in the commercial district at this point in time. The station, the head guard, or the guard station is all the way on the opposite side of the ring. So you guys are walking like several miles to get to the other side. But you arrive, and they put you into as you arrive, they're going to take you guys to a large jail cell and push you in. Are you guys, anybody going to do anything to stop that from happening, or resist or anything? Or are you just going to let it happen?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Okay, they're just going to put you in. Drygold, the woman did I tell you guys her name?
No.
Okay. The head guard's name is Drygold Mutworth. You would know this if you wish to tell them, you can, but you would know this because this is the town that you're from. Her name is Drygold Mutworth. She's a stout halfling, and she is captain of the city guard, or you can say she's head guard. She is just recently the new head guard, and she always seems to kind of look pissed, like she's very bothered and irritated with everything going on. Yeah. You guys are all in the cell at this point. She's going to say, "We'll be back shortly to question you," and just kind of shuts it, locks it, and she walks away, and all of the guards follow her.
Did they take any of our things?
Yes. All of your things are taken from you, but they were taken from you as they brought you in. But you see that they're all just they're scattered out on a table in the center of the jailhouse that you're in. So it's like a country western jailhouse. Like there's there's a tabletop in the middle. There's a couple of desks for officers and stuff, and then there's the row of cells at the back, and you guys are all in a single cell.
Did they take my things?
Is there?
Where are your thieves' tools?
Figured I'd have them on me.
Where do you keep them, though, is what I'm saying.
My boots.
And your boots. They did not check your boots. Okay.
Is there a guard nearby watching us?
There is there's an elvish-looking man that is sitting across in a desk with his feet up, propped up on the desk. He has cropped black hair, so real short, black eyes, like the color black, not like he's been punched. Green tinted skin, so his skin is it's a white fair color with a tint of green, at the for his features and stuff. So the point of his nose has some green right around the bone, the bony parts of him have green. I tinted green. And He is very, he's very short for an elf. He's about 5 feet tall, a little under 5 feet, so he's very short for an elf. But he is very handsome, like extremely handsome. Looks to be about 180 for an elf, which is still really young.
I'm gonna sit and try to rest
Okay.
in the cell and tell them to. I'm gonna say like, let me know if you need me, and I'm gonna sit and rest.
So are you taking a rest, or are you just chilling out?
Like chilling, just
Okay.
sitting. Maybe I doze, but not like I rest.
Okay.
I kind of like wave over the guard, and I'm like, hey, why are we in here?
He's at this point in time, he's just kind of like messing around with some stuff on his desk. He's go, what? Huh? And like look over at you. Oh, that's right. What'd you say?
Why are we in here?
Oh, you guys caused some kind of commotion or something. I don't know. I'm just doing my job, man. She's the boss. I gotta get paid, you know.
Oh.
I don't know all the specifics. I'm not a part of the I don't patrol the city. I just watch the cells.
I'm gonna ask him, do you guys usually get trouble when the grungs come into town?
I wouldn't say when grungs come into town. I don't like to stereotype people. They're not all necessarily like that, but the group that was putting on the auction, which was not permitted, by the way, they're the reason that we were even at that coming anyway, was because they were holding a auction that they didn't have the permits for. But they're not always, but that group, yeah, they tend to cause some commotion pretty much everywhere they go. I think this is only the second time they've been here, though.
What do y'all want to do? Try to wait? I mean, we're gonna have to wait.
I think it's
I'm
pretty
chilling.
simple once we present the facts, especially if they know.
Is he actively watching us?
Make a perception check.
Okay, well that's 4, so.
You can't really tell if he he's paying really good attention or not. It's kind of so. He's not showing his full hand, if that makes sense.
Can I pose him a question?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's right there. He can hear you.
Can you do me a favor, and can you go get her? For all of us, just to sort this out.
Me? Go get Drygold? Nah, man, I'm sorry. I gotta, I'll wait. I would rather just wait until she comes back.
What would it take you?
I just got this job. And she just got her job, and she's looking to, prove that she's fit to have that job, and I'm not gonna be the person to make her feel dumb. Or tell her she's not doing it right. Otherwise, I will no longer have this job.
I turned you. I got nothing.
There's the only way. There's only exit the way we came in.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all you noticed. You already made with their perception check that you rolled. I'll say that you looked at the whole room, but you didn't roll very well. So all you really saw was the way you came in.
Okay.
If you guys want, I mean, I think the best thing you could do is probably just chill out, rest, and wait till she gets back. What? Did you? Are you the only one that fought him or something? Why do you?
Not uncomfortable in here.
I'm sorry?
I'm not uncomfortable in here.
Oh, okay. Why does he look so, why does he look beat-out?
He can't throw a warhammer.
Oh, You tried to throw a warhammer.
I did throw a warhammer.
Okay. All right.
Not that hard, but I threw it.
Okay. Cool. Nice.
Thank you.
What happened afterwards? Get arrested?
Something like that. Some stuff in the middle. Leave me alone, I'm trying to nap.
Yeah, like I said, I think the best thing you guys could do is probably rest up for a little bit and just wait. It's about... He's gonna like look at his watch. It's about like 2:30 at this point. Drygold, if Drygold comes back, it'll be at 5. If not, it'll be tomorrow morning.
I'll
I'm
take
going to short rest.
I'll take a long rest. Just
How long is the RE today?
Short rest is an hour. Long rest is 8 hours.
Short rest.
And it's 2:30 right now.
I'll take a middle rest until about 5:30.
So you want to take a short rest then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just take a short rest.
Okay. When you take a short rest, if you want, you can use one of your hit die to try and get some of your hit points back.
Is that this one?
Yeah. Or no, it's your hit die is a D12.
I don't
You
get
have one.
I
If
don't
you-
get spell slots back until a long rest, right?
Yeah. Yep. Ooh. So if you took damage, you can roll one if you want.
I got 8.
I don't need to
8?
because
Okay.
I'm good.
So I'm just like back to full.
You're back up to full?
Well, I would be at 15, but my
Yeah,
max
so you're
is
back up to 14. Okay, awesome.
Okay, so now
Don't
it says
need to.
D8, so that means I wrote this, right?
Mm-hmm. And you get your hit die back after, you get half of your hit die back after a long rest. And it's rounded up, so you'll get your hit die back after a long rest. But if you were to take another short rest, you would not be able to roll another hit die because you've already used one.
Oh.
So go ahead and make note that you've used one of your hit die. See where it says used? Go ahead and make note that you've used
I
one.
got 5, so that means I'm like back up.
Yeah, you can't go above your maximum
Yeah.
hit points. Yep,
Okay.
you're back up. And then just make note that you used one of your hit die right there and there. Yep, perfect. All right, you guys, are you all just kind of chilling out, going to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay, at about 4, like 55, like right before the jailer is about to head out, someone familiar comes through the door, and he's gonna walk right past the jailer and walk straight up to the bars and just kind of bang on the bars and go, Erath, what have I told you about causing a ruckus?
I seem to forget.
Seem to forget. So you seem to not care, sweetheart.
It's the same to me.
What do I owe you? And, he's gonna be like, what? You know these people? Sorry, I barely noticed you were here. He's gonna say, if you're bailing him out, say, I think it's 2 gold a pop. Yeah, we'll say 2 gold a pop. And he's gonna like roll his eyes and look at Erath and go, well, sweetheart, we're not getting dinner now. We're gonna have to change our dinner plans. So, I'll help all your friends out, but you guys are gonna have to help me do something if I help all of you out. Otherwise, I'm just bringing Erath with me.
Well, I've got no plans, so. As long as it's not nefarious.
I will go if Franck goes.
Are you Franck? I haven't seen one of your kind in probably 75 years. Pleasure to meet you.
I brighten up. I'm like, you know about me.
I've heard stories and I believe I've seen one of you one time before. That's a story for another day.
I'm surprised, and I accept the offer
All right.
willingly.
You're coming along too, youngin'?
Yes.
All right.
If Franck is coming.
Am I still blue?
Are you asking me or are you asking him?
I'm asking Gage.
Yeah, you're still blue.
Okay.
You're super blue.
Okay.
Yep. All right. And he's gonna grab the gold and he's gonna hand him 9 gold instead of, so he's tipping him basically. He's gonna say, thanks for staying a little late, because at this point it's about 5:15. So he's gonna, after he's unshackled all of you guys and stuff, he's gonna slide him the extra gold. All right. Well, I guess we'll head back to my place. Erath, can you lead the way for us? And did you get L'Oreal's or Lorelai's?
So those are the same person.
Huh? Lorelai is his daughter. L'Oreal is his ex-wife. I mean, it's still his wife, but she died.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lorelai, did you get Lorelai's knickknacks that you were supposed to pick up for her? I assume you didn't, because I was with you right before the ruckus that y'all got involved in. But you know me, I could smell a bad time from a mile away, so I went and tucked behind.
I noticed.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you should have followed, Missy.
Well, you know me.
I do. I sure do. I don't know why in the hell I thought you'd follow me. Alright, let's go.
Can we grab our stuff?
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Go ahead, grab all your belongings.
Alright, so I just lead the way.
Okay.
I assume back to the,
Yeah, you lead back
like,
to
house.
Eolin's house.
Yeah.
He lives right on the cusp of the Noble District. It's still in the commercial district, but it is like the back of his house is touching Noble District.
So it's a pretty fancy house.
Decent. Yeah,
Alright.
decent.
So, I
And
question.
we'll say, or yeah, go ahead and ask a question, and then I'll say where you guys are at and stuff.
So, what task do you need us to do?
Oh, you're asking him this? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna ask me a question.
No.
Okay. Before you ask that, I'm gonna
Okay.
describe the house for you real quick. So, as you're like walk up, it's a house that has all the houses nearby it aren't like super nice, and they all seem to be like kind of be like copy and pasted of the next. But the house that Eonlyn lives at has some nice shrubbery out inside out the front, and like he does. I mean, their yard is like 2 feet of grass, and then it's the sidewalk. Like he has the grass right there, and his house appears to have like a fresh coat of paint compared to the rest of them. So like you get the sense that he like kind of really takes pride in like what his house looks like, and he cares about appearances. Is kind of the vibe that you get. Okay. And you guys are starting to walk inside. You can go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, first I would compliment him on his house. I'm like, this is very well like crafted house. I definitely see the time and the character put into it.
Oh well, I didn't build it myself, but me and Erath here sure do. We keep it up. I mostly just point nowadays, and she does what I say sometimes.
I'm just gonna smirk, kind of shake my head. When
Okay.
it's coming.
And
But
so
he's gonna pull out his keys and just like flick through a ton of keys and then unlock it, and you will see Lorelai is a half gnomish girl that is, or a half gnome girl that is roughly 11 years old. What she looks to be. She's half human, half gnome, so she has some similar characteristics to him, but is still part human nonetheless. So she's about the same, like she's close to the same height as him at this point in time, and she's gonna greet you, and she's like, "Hi, Erath. Did you get my things?" and all you were supposed to get her today was like you were supposed to get her a case of macaroons because you were going to you were going to the center of the commercial district, like the heart of the commercial district, and there was a macaroon stand that you were supposed to bring her.
I'm just going to look at her almost like I feel like bad, kind of like guilty in a way, and comment that say that I ran into a problem downtown and I was unable to get them this time.
Just go, oh, okay, that's fine. I'm sure it was a big deal. I'm sure you'll get them next time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, who are your friends?
That's a good question.
And she's gonna like whisper to you and go, is she okay? Okay.
Do I hear that?
You can make an insight check. See if you notice them like a little.
Where's insight?
It's under wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 11.
No, you don't really pick up on it.
As she asks, who are your friends, I say, I'm Frank.
And she's gonna like take a double take at you and be like, wow, you're real. And she's gonna look at Ian and he's just gonna be like, what did I tell you? At this time, Ian Lynn's gonna start like cooking dinner along with the help of Lorelai. They're gonna go into the kitchen and start cooking. What are you all going to do? You're now standing in the living room. There's plenty of seating for everybody. There's a coffee table in the center. Lots and lots of books and bookshelves line this place.
I'm gonna ask her, is that type of commotion like typical for this area?
Not like that. More just people that tend to not get along or agree in those areas.
I go in the kitchen and I asked if he needs any help cooking.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check for me real quick. No, make an acrobatics check for me real quick. His house is kind of small.
It's an 8.
It's an 8. Yeah. Okay. So as you like first stand up and you go to like walk through the hallway of the kitchen is, your shell like snags on both sides and you like pull like a piece of siding, like just like a little piece of like trim like off as it comes loose. You just like look at it and kind of push it back on and then turn sideways and wedge through. He's gonna look at you and be like, oh, we're almost done. You just go ahead and sit down. I'll come serve you, and then we'll talk about our little deal. All right?
Okay.
I'm going to go over and take a seat, kind of like lounging because I'm comfortable and like familiar in this one.
Okay.
Turn to them and say, I think you guys should take a seat and wait. I don't know who you guys are.
I'll go sit down.
I told you I'm Frank.
That is all I know.
I want to stand by Frank and wait to see what he does.
I look at 8 and I'm like, take a seat. Like, come on.
I take a seat
Okay.
as soon as he says it.
Okay. So at this time, we'll say he comes out and he brings you some salmon that looks to be like pretty well made. Like it is like there are 6 different plates, one for each of you, and then one for Ian Lynn himself and Lorelai. Each one for everybody, and he sets each one of them down, and they're like really, really well put together. Like the presentation's pretty good. Like he really put some effort into it, and like Lorelai's gonna bring hers, like bring one up like directly to Erath and be like all real proud and like real happy that she's like with how good it looks and stuff, and hands it to her. They're gonna sit down and join you and bring over some pitcher of water and some cups and start pouring. And then Eileen's gonna say, "All right, does anybody need to do anything else real quick before we get to talking?"
No.
All right. Anybody? All right. Well then, the task that I have at hand for you, it's you guys are gonna have to take a bit of a trip. Is that okay?
Where to?
And that's where we're gonna take a break. And we will be back and we'll catch up on the discussion that they're having right now and find out where they're headed to next.
I'm Kristin Hawkins. I went to Oklahoma State University here in Stillwater in '99 to 2004. I've always felt like Stillwater needed more family-friendly things to do, and we have opened up AR Workshop. We do everything from knitting blankets that can be done in a 3-hour class. We create doormats and porch signs, the Christmas wreaths with our yarn that we use for the blankets. We also do, we just started a new project for gnomes. We've done pumpkins during the fall, but our big thing that we do here are interior signs. Our designs are extremely unique to AR Workshop. Customers come in, everything is here for them to do. They create everything. They can be as hands-on as they want. They came in here to relax and have fun, and that they are proud of their project that they've made.
My name is Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
A Golf Digest 5-star course, best new public course won and opened in 1994, and a top 100 public golf course in America since 2003. This course, just 5 miles outside of Stillwater, Oklahoma on Highway 51, is named after one of the influential golf pioneers this game has known.
Karsten Creek.
Karsten Creek.
Karsten Creek.
Karsten Creek.
Karsten Creek's a modern golf course.
The beauty of the course is in large part to the elements of the grounds. The Georgia fairway is transformed from its original forested landscape. Georgia was used to combat the tough winters so golfers could play year-round. The greens are large and sloping bent grass hills. The low-cut bent grass can be similar to glass during peak championship conditions. The bunkers surrounding most holes remind golfers of a white beach rather than a deep hazard. Lake Louise, surrounded by the second 9, completes the perfect finishing hole. The long par 72 course perfectly combines nature with the difficulty of a championship course. Karsten's added challenge is the Oklahoma wind.
So there aren't any other schools in the country that have that same commitment to college golf as we do here at Oklahoma State.
But if you're going to play at the highest level, you've got to be able to focus on where you want to go, and Karsten Creek does a good job of training you to do that, because if you don't, you're going to have a long day. And that's a great legacy that Coach Holder left, because that's the way he coached.
would design something, it would sit on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Pecans are staple to Oklahoma. In fact, many of our native pecans come from trees that are older than Oklahoma statehood.
My father's the one that got us started into the pecan picking. I was probably 10 or 12 years old, and we started off with one little mechanical picker that you pulled behind a four-wheeler. Then we'd go home at night and we'd clean them on a TV tray. I guess watching my dad work hard when we were young, and people started trusting him and getting more and more groves, we just kept growing.
Being a relatively new and fresh company, we get to sit in the same room with people who have been a part of the Oklahoma economy for decades.
It's opened a lot of doors. It's gave us quite a bit of exposure, and I think people, you know, will take a small company like us a little more serious. We're just going to continue growing as long as our community lets us and our customers keep on buying, and we'll see where it takes us.
Our state is one of the most beautiful and unique states in the USA. With diverse geographies, the historic Route 66, unforgettable restaurants, and some of the greatest people on the planet. With so much to see and so much to do, living in Oklahoma means one of the best vacation spots is right in our own backyard. Doesn't this story need to be told? As filmmakers and photographers based right here in Oklahoma, we thought so. And hey, who doesn't like a good road trip? So, we packed up our cameras, teamed up with Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell and the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department, and that's how this series was born. We want to show you why traveling within the great state of Oklahoma is a great idea. So come join us for thousands of miles over the next year, from Broken Bow to Black Mesa. This is the Oklahoma Road Trip.
We use the very best of the best ingredients. The Miranda sugar is the best there is. Very high quality fruits, berries. The milk we use is the best milk there is. That's why it makes our product stand by itself. I like to make yogurt because I like to eat yogurt. We've been doing this for ourselves for many years because it's a tradition in our family. And we want to have a product which would be very similar to French yogurt, but with our touch of uniqueness, linking our name, our products, with the reputation of the Made in Oklahoma Coalition was probably the best thing we have done as far as promoting our product.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
All right, we're back. Last we left off, you guys had just sat down to enjoy some salmon, some finely presented salmon that was made by Ian Lynn and his daughter, Lorelei. And he had just said that he had a job for you guys to do for him that would require you guys to travel a little bit. So, and I think last he left off, he was telling you where you would go, right? Okay. So, at this point in time, he's going to tell you that you are going to. He's going to tell you where you're going. So, let's go ahead. Well, so where you're going to be going is I need you guys to go to a town. Well, really, it's a city. It's Ronino. It's Ronino. And you guys are all writing this down. Okay, you guys are attentive. You're an attentive bunch. I like it.
What if we get split
Sharp.
up?
It's mostly like a hunting and fishing town. But we do some trade with them pretty closely here in Thowry. They're not necessarily a border town, but they're right on the other side of the border. And they have been having some issues with their leadership. We used to be really, really close to them, and the people that are in charge have just drastically changed, and something has gone awry, and we don't really know what happened, whether we did something wrong here in Thowry, or if they're just upset with us. We don't know what to do. So I want you guys to take this. He's gonna pull out a it's a wooden, hand carved wooden tray that has a series of rubies and not rubies, polished gemstones and rocks and stuff. That's all it is. He doesn't really give a big explanation for it, and then he puts the lid back on it and wraps up and ties it up and says to take it to the he says you need to take it to the school there. It's a small school, but there's an academic scholar there that studies stones and magic and magical items and things of that nature. I think he's still okay, but I want you to take these to him and check on him and see what he knows about what's going on with the leadership and there in Ronino. It's you guys can talk and discuss whether you want to do this at this point in time.
So is what we're taking just kind of our means to entry?
Are you guys talking about this, or are you asking him?
I'm asking him.
It's just a little project that he and I have been working on together for a little while, and I've finally been able to get it up and together. And I don't travel much anymore, and I don't like sending Erath off alone. But with your skill set, you guys seem to get along pretty well, at least from what I saw. I think, one, you owe me, and two, adventure's fun. Used to do that stuff all the time. Now I kind of chill out and just kind of point and tell people what to do, but man, back in my day, I could do some damage, boys and girls. Sorry.
I'll go where Frank goes.
I'll pay back my debt.
Yeah. You say you will?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If we need to return back here to Thyre, will we be like pursued by the captain of the guard again?
If you were to come back to Thyre?
Yeah.
Oh no, I took care of that. Yeah, I paid your, what's it called? Your bond. I paid, you're good, you're free to go. She might look at you funny, but she's a funny lady, so. But I would steer clear of her. She's new, she's good at her job, but she's got an iron fist right now. She's still figuring out how that position works, so. But it's, the trip to Roanoke is, it's about 56, 55 some odd miles. Probably take you 2 days, at least. If you're traveling, I mean, if you're constantly traveling for 8 hours a day, I assume that's probably all you would do. You'd get plumb tuckered out and go longer than that.
What time is it now?
Right now, I'd say it's probably like, you're eating dinner, it's probably at this point like 7. Yeah, let's say like 7. He had to cook the dinner, you guys sat around awkwardly, like not talking to each other, just looking at each other across the table and stuff for a little while. I'd say it's probably about 7 for them. 7:30-ish.
So I'd ask him, like, do you know of a good place we could rest here for the night and set out in the morning?
Oh, you could, well, one of you can take the couch. I got a spare bedroom, and Lorelai can sleep with Erath if that's fine with you.
Of course.
Good, alright. And then Lorelai's just like, just got all excited.
I'm okay staying here.
Okay, just...
That's very kind.
Okay. Like I said, you owe me. It's a little ways. So you'll have to cross through a border, so you might have a little bit of trouble with that. But not trouble. Trouble's the wrong word. It might have, it might slow you down a bit. It's a border. They got customs and stuff. That's the. No offense. I see them slightly pointed ears. No offense, but they're more of an elvish community. They think very highly of themselves, and they like to inspect who comes in. I respect that, but I think people should be able to go where they want to go, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Alright. So if you want, who would like to take the couch? You take the... You want... I don't... So, you can take the couch. Are you sure you'll be cozy on the couch? You be okay?
I'll make it work.
Alright, try not to poke any holes in my cushions, okay? I see that thing's spiky.
No promises.
Alright. I'll hold you to that.
So is there a bed in a...
Yeah, there's a guest room. Who wants to take the guest room?
I've been sleeping outside, so anything's awesome.
Okay.
I'll sleep on the floor near Frank.
So you're just gonna sleep like next to the couch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can take the guest room, and you're gonna sleep in your bedroom here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We'll say you guys. Say you. I'll say you if you want. You have like. If you choose to take it, you have like 3 hours to yourselves that you could use to read or do anything that you'd want to do before everybody goes to sleep. Before you guys go to sleep, so if there's anything you want to do before you go to bed, you can do that now, and then you guys will go to sleep at like 10 o'clock if that's fine.
I like to read.
You gonna read? Okay. What are you reading? Do you have something on you, or do you want to pull something from the shelf?
I'm sure that he has something in his shelves full of books. Maybe about the city that we're about to get to.
Oh, so you want to look for like an atlas?
Kind of like history.
A history book? Okay, let's see. Roll an investigation check for me. We'll say you're searching through the bookshelves. So you find Oh, say it out loud real quick, because they can't see it on the camera.
Oh, it's 1.
Yeah, that's a 1.
But if I add investigation to it,
No,
you
it's
know.
still a 1.
My
It'd be a
investigation
freaking 9,
is
though.
so high, yeah.
You're gonna be like pulling through the shelves, and you pull out a book that says Ranino. You pull out a book that has a title on it, Ranino, and you go to like sit down, and you start flipping through it, and you're like really you have like this confused look on your face, and he's gonna notice. Ilian's gonna notice, and he's gonna go, "Oh, honey," and he's gonna pick up another book and bring it over to you, and hand you a book that says Ronino, and then take the book that says Ranino, and be like, "Ranino was a fighter. Ronino is where you're going, sweetheart." And he's gonna just take the book and put it back on the shelf, and it's like clearly listed like martial classes, like listed on that like part of the shelf. He's gonna put it back, and then there's another section that says like atlases.
I'm just gonna kind of look at him.
Pretend it didn't happen.
And yeah, just take the book and open it.
Okay. Anybody want to do anything else before they go to bed?
What? I know we're like in the middle of a city, but is there any sort of like nature around his house, or is it very urban?
There's the little bushes and stuff out like right in front of his house. You could walk a few blocks, and there's you can walk a few blocks. There's like there's a park nearby that Lorelai plays at.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for a walk.
Okay, you can go for a walk for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like being inside.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll a nature check for me. You can go and talk. If you're gonna say something.
No, I'm good.
13. Though you're like in a like heavily like populated area and like a pretty like industrial area, you do get this sense like you're kind of reminded from the smell in the air and stuff that you are, though you're in a city, you're still one with nature at this point, because this is a city the city is built upon the river, and at this point you hear that, like you hear the river, like the rumble of the river, and you smell it in the wind and stuff, and you kind of relax a little bit more and feel a little bit more at home now that you're underneath like the stars and stuff as it's getting darker. You feel a little bit more at ease.
I would like to ask if he has any books about turtles.
Turtles or turtles?
Turtles.
Turtles.
I'll phrase it. Do you have any books about Frank?
I beg your pardon?
Any books about Frank's people?
Are there stories about you or something?
I don't know. You tell me.
You know what he means? You know what your buddy means?
I want to learn about Frank's people.
Maybe this will help. And he's gonna go over and he's gonna pick up a book, and it's like a journal. It's like a memoir, like a memoir book, and it's titled Bolo's Guide to Monsters, and he's gonna hand it to you and say, there might be a little bit of something in there that you can look at.
Thank you.
But don't. There's a lot of stuff in there. Don't spend all your time trying to memorize it. You'll just give yourself a headache. Trust me.
Will do.
Don't hurt yourself.
Is everybody still in the room?
She's outside. He's on the couch. He's standing. I think he's near the books at this point. I think you're probably still in the living room unless you've left to go to your bedroom.
No, I'm on the couch.
I would like to go sit and flip through the book to look for turtles.
Okay.
I'm going to look up sharply and look at them too, because I'm in the room, and ask Jake what his name is.
8.
8?
8.
Like the number?
Yes.
Why
What's your
8?
name?
Did you say how unlucky?
Yeah.
I'm Frank Lynn.
Franklin.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But I go by Frank.
Frank.
And your name? Oh, well, I guess I wrote
It's Ira.
So 8. Why is your name 8 by chance?
That's what I was called. I was number 8.
8 of what?
Orcs.
Siblings?
Kind of.
So, you're the least, you're the favorite, I guess?
No. No, it was not.
Me either.
So, Frank, why are you a turtle?
What was your question?
Why are you a turtle?
Because I was born this way?
Are you like part turtle?
I think I am a distant relative of, I guess, tortoises and turtles, but we're, I stand on my hind legs. As you can see, I'm very large and massive.
Are there lots of turtles?
At this point, you're just going to hear Ian Lynn just kind of like chuckle as he goes off to his bed. He just hears this conversation going off and he's just like, goes off to his bed. Creepy sounding.
There are a lot of them actually. Have you never heard of them before?
No, I've never heard of a turtle. I've seen turtles.
Well.
He seems a bit dense.
Okay.
Did you just say this out loud?
Yeah.
Oh,
thank you.
This is going well.
There are. I'm surprised you haven't met one before.
I have not. I find you fascinating.
Well, I mean, we are rather reclusive where we're from, so that may actually be why.
Wow. I'm gonna go try to read about you now.
You have fun with that.
Thank you.
Tell me what you learned. I'll tell you if we're right or wrong.
Okay.
I'll be here if you need help understanding.
Okay, thank you. Why would I need to understand?
I guess I will go to bed.
Okay. You going to bed?
Yes. To the couch.
Okay.
To the bed couch.
Anybody else?
I'll probably retire to my bedroom.
Okay. You know you're still on your walk?
Yeah, if it gets late, I'm gonna head back.
Okay, I'd say like another 45 minutes has probably gone by. Maybe getting closer to an hour.
Okay, I'll make my way back towards the house.
Okay.
So.
Can you tell me if I learned anything from
Yeah,
my
you're
book?
reading. I'm coming to tell you right now.
Oh, in secret?
Yep.
Do I need to write it down?
Yeah. You guys need to like talk or something so you can't hear me.
I'm getting smarter.
Nature is beautiful. I'm still blue.
I don't know.
Are you currently like on the couch?
Yes.
Like
yes.
as I'm going to my bedroom? Okay.
Did you pick to sleep on the couch just so you could be bed couch?
No, that was totally not actually intended. But, oh wait, so did you already go to your room?
No.
Okay.
I'm like currently making my way that way.
Okay.
But
I don't know. I guess.
Wait.
I don't know.
I'll just turn around like I thought of something and ask you what you were doing in that area, like at that time. That the fight broke out.
Well, those grungs that were hosting that auction, they have something dear to me.
Oh.
And yeah. And so I'll pose the same question. Why were you there?
I was walking with my mentor.
In that, no, why were you near the auction?
Well, as you probably heard earlier from his daughter, that I was on my way to get her a gift, basically.
I was up for auction.
That's fast.
And then I
Are you
sink
back at
back
this
into my
point, or-
corner.
Yeah, I'm gonna come. Oh, I'm gonna.
Okay,
walk
I'll
into
say
the-
you walk in right as you hear him say, "I was up for auction."
Well, that explains the chains. How'd you end up there?
Well, I got caught
Doing.
living.
I'm gonna turn to her and ask her name.
I'm Rayo Brightwood. I'm not usually blue.
Why are you blue?
Sometimes my magic's very unpredictable. I'm still learning to control it, so random stuff like this kind of happens from time to time. Hope it goes away.
It might be fading. I'm gonna go to bed now.
Okay, you want to go to bed? Are you gonna
Yeah.
lay down? Okay.
Um,
You all drift off to sleep fairly easily. Everybody regains their, if you have spell slots, you've regained all of them at this point. And you can regain your expended hit die if you've used them. So, who is up? We'll say it's 6 a.m. Who's up right now? Who would be up right at 6 a.m.? Anybody?
I'll wake up.
You think you'd be up pretty early?
Yeah.
Can I see the sun where I'm, like, with the light?
Yeah, it would have just started rising. What were you saying?
I was agreeing that I would
yeah.
also be up.
Okay.
I feel like I probably would.
Okay.
Too.
You guys all morning risers. Okay. Then let's say. Okay. Ian Lynn is gonna be like, as you guys get up, he's already like in the kitchen cooking some breakfast. He's got like eggs and he's cooking like a whole pile of eggs. He doesn't have anything except for eggs, but he's just like making a whole mess of eggs.
What kind of eggs?
Like, he's got a variety. Like, oh, you mean like from what animal they come from, or like whether they're scrambled or not? Make a nature check.
14.
They are they're like blue. They're blue eggs with red spots on them. That's all you really know.
Fascinating.
Did I gather any information from the text I read last night?
Yeah, you so you know exactly how far it is, which is it's about 55, 56 miles away. You know that the border, you guys will arrive at the border during your second day of travel. You know that now. As you pass over to the next day, it'll be during your second day of travel. You know that they're more of a hunting and fishing based economy, which I already said that, but they you know that they have a small school, but the school is a little bit more successful than what Ian Lynn like originally led on, at least from what this book says. But most of the trade and commerce that goes on there is almost exclusively like hunting and gathering materials, hunter-gatherers. There's not a very large magic population, like a arcane arts population there, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Are the eggs done?
Oh, sure. How many would you like? And he's gonna pull out a plate, and the plate's gonna have some sunny side up, a couple omelets, a whole mess of scrambled, a couple fried, and they're all purple.
Can I take one of each, please?
Oh, by all means. You just gonna scoop them off, like grab them with your hand?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, get in there.
No, I use each claw to pick up one.
Yeah, fancy, nice. Are you guys hungry too? Or you still up getting around, stretching and stuff? Omelet? All right. He's gonna like jab a fork and go and pop it down on a plate in front of you.
Did pretty good.
Cute.
What are these eggs from?
He's just gonna laugh at your joke, or he's just gonna laugh at it like it's a joke. Whenever you ask.
I would also like one of each variety of egg.
And you're just gonna go and flick them all at you.
Perfect.
Son. Do you want any? Oh, you already got some. Do you want any? Sorry, no problem. Sorry, I'm old now.
I understand.
Got more years in front of me than I do behind me at this point, or more years, opposite of what I meant.
I get you.
You made my point right there. You get what I mean.
I prefer scrambled.
Oh, I know you do, but I just didn't know if you wanted to mix it up. You're just gonna throw the whole, and the whole stack is just gonna kind of and like pile together, and then he's gonna make a plate for Lorelei, and it's gonna be some scrambled eggs also. And Lorelei's gonna come up to the table and she's gonna go, "Oh, I love these eggs." And then like she's just gonna look around. And she's like, "You guys ever had these kind?"
No. What kind?
She's gonna go, "Oh, he wouldn't tell you?"
Nope.
They're just regular chicken eggs. There's a lady down the street that uses prestidigitation to make the eggs blue and red.
Fascinating.
And then Ian Lynn's just gonna like look at her like all proud and like, she's so smart. And he's just gonna, as he's done cooking, he's gonna come sit down and he's just gonna start flipping his medallion that he always carries. He's just flipping it, and catching it, flipping it, catching it. That's while he's eating.
Well, I'm basically done eating. So, when are y'all ready to get on this trip?
Is there anything that we'll need in between here and there? Like, is there a good source of water? Plenty of animals around?
If you guys want, you can go ahead and, you can, we got a tap if you want to fill up your water, fill up all your water and stuff. You got enough rations and stuff for the next few days? Alright.
I'm gonna go start just like kind of gathering things and preparing.
Okay.
I would like to ask if I can take the monster bug.
Oh, Sonny, I gave that to you. Go ahead, take it, keep it.
Awesome.
Just don't forget you have it. Just gonna reach out and just shake your fist.
So, how many rations would it take to get there and back?
Oh, it's a 2-day trip. I mean, unless you're real hungry, you only need 2. Rations they don't taste great, but I mean, it's what you need for the day. Gets you through the day, and that's what life's all about.
You all ready?
I'm ready for all.
You guys out? All right. At this time, Lorelei's just gonna like run up and like grab you by the waist and like hug you real tight and like kind of like try to lift you and just squeeze you real tight.
I'm gonna go up my toes, like pretending.
And pretend like she lifted you up. Okay.
Yeah, she got somewhere with that. And pat her on the head and tell her that. I'm gonna look down and tell her that I'll be back soon.
Okay. She's gonna be like all proud and like look at herself like she's like all tough and stuff. And then Ian Lynn's gonna like walk by and like kind of pat her on the head also, and then he's gonna hop up onto the couch and then grab your forehead and kiss you on the forehead and just say, I'm so proud of you. This is gonna be great for you. Go make some more friends.
I'm gonna thank him for coming to our rescue.
Of course. I watched it happen. I just gave you a chance to show everybody what you got.
Not surprised.
I'm gonna thank him for his hospitality and walk out.
Okay, of course.
I'll thank him too.
Of course. You guys come see me again, alright? You guys are fun. Make me feel young. Feel like I got a little spring in my step today. I might go on 2 walks. Might go take 2 walks today. Okay.
Don't do anything too strenuous.
You know I'm just as nimble as ever. You come back with some good information, alright? And come back in one piece. Unless that doesn't come off, right?
What?
The shell, son.
Of course not.
Alright, I didn't think so, but I'm just checking. I don't know everything. Alright, I'll see you guys off. Good luck. And he's gonna hand the box full of rocks and gemstones and everything out. Who's taking it from him?
Those goes.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'm a child.
Just you.
Alright, you guys can head out. You're gonna, are you going to any shops or anything before you leave, or are you just heading out?
Prepared.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I feel like we should get on our way.
Yep.
I'm sorry?
I feel like we should get on our way.
Okay. Alright, you guys can head out. We'll say it's early in the morning. We'll say you guys end up heading out by at least 8:30 or 9. Does that sound reasonable? Like you probably get out after eating and getting ready? 8 o'clock, 9? 8:30, 9? Okay. You guys travel. We'll say you make it out of the city, no problem. You're going. Are you gonna go like a consistent 8 hours straight, or are you gonna like break that up with breaks and stuff, or what do you want to do?
Stop for a couple times to eat and rest. And
Okay, how do you want to break up that 8 hours of travel? You can travel for longer than 8 hours in a day, but you risk becoming exhausted, which will slow you down a little bit.
I'll just go say a good pace. Take 1 break every 4 hours.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Who's in the lead?
I didn't know the land.
I will.
Okay. You gonna be in the lead also? So you guys just want to walk like 2 by 2, or
I think I'll take up the rear.
take up the rear? Okay.
I
I
know the
want to
land.
follow Frank.
Okay. So you want to be kind of like this, I guess, then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll say Erath's in the back, follow, and then Jake or 8 is right in front of her, and then Frank and Rael are leading the back. Okay. Are you staying directly on the road, or are you staying off to the side, or this is a somewhat wooded area on the way?
We'll stay to the right of the road.
Stay to the right of the road. Are you staying in the trees, or like to the cleared part of the path?
Cleared.
Cleared, but not like directly on the road.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd say for most of it, there's like a space of at least like 50 feet. It's like a clear 50 to 60 feet of like clearing that you can clearly tell there's a road.
Okay.
Okay. I'll have everybody roll a perception check.
Natural 1.
Wait, you said perception?
Yep.
Okay, 19.
And what was yours?
18.
6.
Natural 1.
I'll say, you guys, you see, like as you're walking up, Frank, you notice that there's like a hole in the road, like a big, like it's not like endless, but there's like a big hole, and you like at the last second like jump out of the way, and you see him jump out of the way, and react really quickly, and you two both just like topple into this hole. And you're down. You're like down in like a 4 foot deep hole. There's just like a crack in the earth. There's like a scar in the earth.
If it's 4 foot deep, does that mean I can just crawl out?
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you lose any health?
No, and he just fell in a hole. You guys rolled really high, and so like, if you guys had all rolled like 5s, maybe, but.
Alright, I'll just crawl out.
Yeah.
And then.
Okay. Trying to dust yourself off, or.
Very
Okay.
haunting.
No.
Did that hurt 8?
No, I'm fine. Thank you, Frank.
So, you guys can continue, keep going.
I'm gonna kind of
We'll say about 2 hours has gone by at this point.
like look back at your ass, like, or just say like, that's a nice family you got there.
Thank you. I'm very lucky to be welcomed into their family.
How long have you known them?
I've known him, he's been my mentor for a couple years since I've been in the city.
Mentor for what?
He's taught me a lot about my skills and knowledge that I have. He's taught me a lot about pretty much everything, all the books I've seen on his shelves, he studies.
Taught you how to fight like that?
Not exactly. But the knowledge that I do have is mainly from him.
Alright. Anything else? Okay. We'll say you guys continue for like the next 2 hours. Are you taking a break after 4 hours? Is that what you said? Okay, I'll say you guys can stop for a break at this point. We'll say you're kind of in like a heavily wooded area at this point where the road like kind of narrows. Are you just gonna camp out like in the road or like off to the side, or there's not really like a side to the road at this point is what I'm getting at. Like there's not like a ton of grass, like a clear area. It's mostly just wooded.
Just lean against a tree.
Okay.
I'll just sit on the road.
Like directly in the road?
Yeah.
Okay.
8, come play patty cake with me.
Okay. What are you doing?
I want to go walk like around like our area, like a little bit farther off, just kind of like checking, I guess. The
Okay,
woods.
roll an investigation check for me.
Okay. Okay, so I think it's yeah, so that's a 22.
Okay, 22. As you're going around, you see, it looks to be like a while, it looks at like a while ago there was quite a bit more traffic going through this area, because you're like walking like the radius, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there used to be like a lot more traffic that went through the area. There's not as much has been going on lately. Go ahead and make a survival check for me also.
Oh, that's a 4.
Okay. Yeah, you don't really get the sense of like there are some tracks and stuff that you've seen, but you can't really make heads or tails of like what they're from, whether they're people or whether they're humanoid or animals or anything like that. But you get the sense that there hasn't been a lot of foot traffic through recently, at least.
That's good.
Are you gonna go back to where they are?
Yeah, I'll make my way.
Okay.
Alright. In the middle of me and Jake playing patty cake, can I look at the road and see if I see how heavy the foot traffic is?
Mm-hmm. Make a survival check.
Is a 11.
again, you don't really, like, you see that there are some tracks, and there are a lot of, there's quite a few, like, shallow tracks, but there's a lot more shallow tracks than there are, like, deep tracks. You kind of get this, like, same kind of feeling that she got, that there used to be some more traffic going through, but not as much anymore. You do, with your role, realize that it seems like it is, in fact, like they are, in fact, like, human. Like, it's from humans traveling through, though.
Can I sit at the, like, a little bit away from the group where I can see them and pull out the thing? The, like, box.
Oh, pull out the box?
Yeah, I want to examine it.
Okay, so the box is, like, it's not wrapped, it's like, so it's a wooden, like a stained wooden box, and it does have a ribbon wrapping both sides. Like one
present?
going this way and one going this way to keep it together.
I'm just gonna think to myself, wonder if he'd be upset, or he expects me to investigate this. And then I'm gonna try to investigate what's inside of the box.
Okay, so you're gonna open it and investigate it?
Yeah.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Okay. 19.
So, in one of the boxes, you find one of the sorry, I'm trying to find the exact thing that I want. You see what appears to be there's like a little rock. One of the rocks like appears to stand out to you a little bit more than the other ones, and it is more like purplish and pink, and radiates with like energy a little bit more than any of the other rocks. The other rocks don't seem to like give off a vibe, but like this one seems to like kind of like pulse. Not like physically that you can see or like hear, but it's like you can feel it. Almost like a heartbeat.
Okay, is there any kind of, is it radiating like heat or?
Nope.
Okay. Do I have any knowledge about rocks, I guess?
You can make an Arcana check.
Um, 17.
You recall that this appears to be a shard of the Fae. That is a rock from the Feywild that is radiating Fae, like pulses like magic. Is what you're getting like. Is like what you're feeling. You yourself don't know a ton about the Fae, but you do get the sense that there is some like raw, uncontrollable magic coming in, like that is within this. That's all you really get.
Okay, well, I'm not stupid, so I close the lid.
Are you putting it back and closing it?
Yep, and tying it back, putting it in my backpack.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep the information to myself.
Okay.
Are you, like, within earshot of us?
You say you're like 30 feet away, is that what you said?
I didn't say specifically, I said I was on the outskirts where I could see them. That's what I said. Like in view.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I'd say she's within earshot then.
So I'm like gonna call over to her like, You know anything about this scholar we're gonna go see? I mean, he said he worked with him before.
Did he tell you a name? No.
No, just a stone scholar.
He hardly talks to me about his business. So I do not know who this person is that we are going to go see.
Anything else?
Me and Nate are still playing patty cake.
Okay. I'd say at this point your break is probably over.
Are we playing patty?
And you can you guys can get up and renew, like continue walking if you want to. At this time, it'd be we'll say it was 9 whenever you started. You went for 4 hours, so it's what? It's 1 right? It would have been 1 o'clock whenever you took your first break. And how long of a break were you taking? Hour, 2 hours, or what?
An hour. Yeah.
Hour-long break.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say it's 2 o'clock right now.
Okay.
If you continue at the pace you were going, then you'll be there around 6. So right before the sun starts to go down.
Be where we're trying to go.
Or no, you'll be done for the day. Sorry, not be there. My bad.
Okay.
I misspoke. You'll be done for the day.
So I guess continue for 4 more hours and then set up camp.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you guys marching again? Same order?
Yep.
Okay. Everybody roll perception check as you're going. We'll say this is about another 2 hours into you guys walking.
I got a 9.
8.
4.
4? Okay. At this point in time, I need everybody to make make a dexterity saving throw.
That was 12. That was a 12.
That was 12, so 13.
9.
Okay.
14.
What was yours?
14.
What was yours?
18. 9.
So everybody except for you, as you're walking, as you guys are passing underneath this like overhang of trees, some vines reach down and grab all of you by the
Sentient? Okay.
make a nature check. Some vines reach down and grab you guys, like wrapped underneath the arms, and begins to try to lift you up off the ground.
11.
11. You don't really recognize these. You don't know if you've seen them before.
As they're coming, I start trying to claw myself
Okay, you're trying
out.
to like rip
Yep.
through them. Okay, make an attack with your claws.
I'm going to add to that. Am I allowed to grab my dagger to use like that?
That's part of an action. You can
Okay.
unsheath that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna grab that and try to slash at them.
It's 3:20 this session. Wow. Too bad you wasted it on some vines.
Roll D4.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take out my dagger and
a dagger?
slash it.
Okay. Go ahead and go for it. Are you doing anything?
Is there one clump of vines on all of us, or do I need to
There are-
attack my own vines?
There are separate vines.
Okay.
Grabbing
Then I will
each of
pull
you.
out. I will pull out both of my hand axes.
What is this?
Wait, I'm
Attacking with the dagger.
Oh, okay.
You can add your attack modifier this time.
I do.
Yeah, because it's the
Okay.
only thing you're using.
It's 15.
Okay.
So-
Also, that hits.
Okay.
Deal 2 damage.
2 damage. Wait, you rolled a 1 and nice.
So unfortunate.
Wait, isn't your claws a D6?
It's a D4.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And then I add the plus, right?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
add the +4 because.
Okay, then it's 8.
Okay.
And I'll pull out both of my hand axes and start wailing away.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a hit. Are you doing anything? Did you see this happen?
Are they free?
This is all happening at the
20.
same time. Okay, roll for damage. And
If
we're
I
just
have-
gonna count you're only gonna do it with 1. So roll damage for 1 hand axe.
Okay.
Just because this is all happening really fast.
+4.
Okay.
And then do I double?
Yeah.
Okay, so 12. Right? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12.
You got 4.
2 plus 4 times 2.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So how much damage did you do?
8.
How much damage did you do?
12.
How much damage did you do?
2.
And are you doing anything?
Are they free yet?
No, this is all happening at the same time. So it's like they get pulled up and they like immediately starts like he like grabs and starts like swinging. He is swinging. You can choose to like wait a second if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a second.
Okay. Miranda and Jake both fall free, but miraculously this thing is still holding Franck up in the air.
I would like to start attempting to climb Franck to reach the, like
Okay,
grabbing him by the feet.
Yeah.
Okay, at this point his feet are like 3 feet off the ground. So are you going to try to climb up him or are you going to try to pull him back down?
I'll try to pull him down.
Okay,
I'll,
make
like, grab him.
make an athletics check.
You got this.
You want to do anything?
I believe you.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
9. Yeah, 9.
9.
I'm gonna send a fire chromatic orb up towards the where the vines are coming from, up above him.
Okay, roll to hit and then roll damage if you. What is it?
12.
Yeah. Yeah, roll damage.
Five.
5? Okay, it takes 10 points of fire damage from you and releases you.
Oh.
And the vines just kind of all like rip and crickle away. You trying to pull him down, your hands just like slipped off him and he like went up higher and then her orb came out and hit them.
So he fell.
Yeah, but you didn't do anything. You don't know that though. I mean, you would probably feel very proud of yourself.
Exactly.
All right. Can we just continue?
Yeah.
You want to talk about?
Crazy.
Yeah.
What were those things?
I appreciate the help, 8.
Can
You're welcome, Frank.
we look at like where they came from and see if we can?
Yeah, you, as they like so there we'll say the pieces that they like all like slashed off are like down on the ground, just kind of like whirling around, but the pieces that had let them go are like up and gone into the canopy at this point.
Okay. Can I tell anything about them? Like, do I know?
You can
what
make
kind?
make a nature check.
6.
Does she have to use her do her wild magic because she casts like something?
Yes, you do have to do your wild magic. Thank you for that.
I was just curious.
All right, nothing happens.
Okay.
Yeah, she does. Thank
I
you.
just wasn't sure if that was only in combat.
No, it's anytime she uses her magic. Thank you.
Anytime I use my magic or anytime I do damage?
Anytime you use your magic. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
So they're like little pieces of vine writhing around on the ground?
Yeah.
I would like to pick one up.
Okay.
And
you pick one up.
Just like put it in my pocket, take it with us.
Okay. You can put it in your pocket. It's just like
Yeah.
wiggling around. Okay.
I guess I didn't find anything out.
No, you didn't know.
Can I check my book for anything about sentient vines?
You can. Go ahead and roll. Are you doing this while you're walking?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a.
I assume. Have we started walking yet? Gang?
Well, I guess if you're going to pull it out, I guess we would wait for you to check it.
Okay. Then just roll an investigation check.
19.
So you, when you open up the book, you notice that it says Bolo's Guide to Monsters, not Bolo's Guide to Plants, so you don't find it.
Okay.
Glad to use that 19.
Okay, you guys continue on. You, so you probably get down the road another 2 hours or yeah. So you get down the road another 2 hours and you're ready to make camp for the night. If that's what you just choose to do, but you have traveled 8 hours today, and if you choose to rest, then now would be the time.
Guess we could rest and just try to get there.
At this point, it's still like pretty heavily wooded. There's a little bit more. It's a little bit less dense at this point in time, but there's still not a ton of room off the side of the road. But there's some. So you can make camp off the side of the road at this point.
Okay.
I'm going to climb a tree and set up a hammock.
Okay. And it will say at this point it's like, how did I say it would be whenever you got done? 6?
8, right? No.
6. I think 6. Because I said the sun would be about coming down. So we'll say by the time you get the hammock set up, it'll be like 6:30, 7. Do you want to do anything else?
I'll just suck inside my turtle shell and go to sleep.
Okay.
I'd like to go knock on Frank's turtle shell.
What do you want?
I want to have a little sidebar conversation.
Oh, okay.
About your people.
Okay. Well, what questions you got?
Are these private? If you want them to be private, you can get up and go whisper them in his ear. If it's like going to be quick. If you want them to remain like super private.
Like if I don't want.
If you don't want them to hear it, you can get up and go whisper it in
or
his
like
ear.
their
If you want.
characters to hear it at all.
If you don't want them to hear it at all, you can go whisper it in his ear if you want. If you are okay with them.
Fine.
Okay.
It's not
I was just giving you the option. You can whisper if you want.
So in my book.
Okay.
I
Can our characters hear you?
If they
How
can't.
far are you up in the tree?
I mean, not. I'll say 7 feet.
Okay.
It's
What
not
are
like
you
big
doing?
secrets either.
I want to go walk.
You go on a walk again?
I figure you would want all of us to know. Important information.
If I don't know.
Are you just
but
looking
know.
the same? Okay, you can make an investigation.
I'm getting eavesdropped on. Crazy.
What's your
Haha.
What'd you roll?
20.
Oh, nice.
So 28.
All right. So one
Sounds
second
good.
for that. What's your passive perception for me? It should be up near your initiative.
14.
Okay. You're just talking out loud, right?
Yeah.
To him? Okay. I would say you do hear what's going on. You do not, though.
Okay.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to let them have the conversation. I'll come back to you, okay?
So in my book, I found out that turtles are from an island south of us.
Yes, that is true.
And that's also where the grungs are.
That is also true.
Is that why you were with the grungs when you found me?
Yes.
What were you doing with the grungs?
I was tracking them.
Tracking the grungs?
Yeah, they have something of mine.
Can I know what that something is?
Not yet.
Can we go visit the Grung Island one day?
I wouldn't call it the Grung Island. I would say we cohabitate, like habitate.
Yeah, that's a great word. You're good.
Okay.
The book just
on
called
that.
it the Grung Island.
And so, but yes, we turtles have a long-lasting rivalry with them, to say the least.
Ooh. Is there war on your island?
Not anymore.
Good. Yeah, there's not.
But
Wow.
there are still some issues, and so that's why I'm here.
So are turtles like mutated turtles?
If you're meaning mutated as in super cool, amazing, better turtles, then yes. That's your answer.
Cool. So do you have like a turtle biology and anatomy? Or is it more humanoid?
More. I'd say.
He has a mostly, other than you being able to walk upright and being able to talk, like speak like common, everything's pretty much all turtle.
Pretty much, yeah. As similar as it could be.
How
But
old are you?
I am 75. So
Wow.
I'm actually pretty young. I know some of us have gotten up to about 400. And so.
400?
Yep.
My people don't get that old.
How
Nearly.
old are you?
13.
You're 13.
You were playing.
You're 13. Dude, shouldn't you be in like school or something?
I guess I should be. Put me in a box.
How'd you end up in the box?
I was put in the box.
By?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish this.
Oh. By giants.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna say thanks for the info. And I'll walk off.
You're welcome.
So just for reference, orcs only, like, the average, like, life expectancy for an orc is, like, 85.
Okay.
So, like, and they typically, they mature quite a bit faster than, like, humans do. So though he's 13, he's more close to, like, 15 or 16.
Okay.
Like, in, like, human standard.
Did you think he was a lot younger than that?
You think he was, like, 10?
I don't know, who's playing patty cake right now? You don't play patty cake with a 10-year-old.
Well, we're playing patty cake to pass the time.
Yeah. 8-year-old man playing patty cake with a 13.
So we're gonna revisit your natural 20 with the investigation check. You see, you are able to find an old, what appears to be like some kind of like shack, just off the right side of the road. That appears to be abandoned, but was pretty well built.
Okay. Any traps that I can see around the shack?
Oh, we'll say you roll a nat 20. We'll say you see. I'll say the only trap you see is in like front of the door, like in front of the door where like the walkway is. You see like a pile of leaves that looks suspiciously like a fall, like a spike trap, like a, when you fall through the.
Perfect. Okay. I'm going to walk towards the shack, around the trap, and then before I go in, or try to go in, if I hear any like sounds, any noises, anything like that.
You can make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh. No, seems pretty quiet.
Okay. Is the door locked?
Yeah.
It's locked?
Yep, door is locked.
Okay. Reach down to my boots, whip out my kit to try to unlock the door.
Pull out your thieves' tools?
Mhm.
Okay. If you are attempting to unlock the door, it's your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency bonus because you're proficient with thieves' tools.
Okay.
Yep. It should be a +6.
Oh. No. It's 10.
So this lock only had 3 tumblers, and it feels like the first few tumblers were like already set for you, and it does give way. You needed exactly a 10 to be able to get in the door. So it's an old abandoned like cabin.
Yeah, that
so,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to look
Security's
around.
not super tight.
Except that trap out front. I want to look around. Is there anything?
Yeah, it's basically in the house. It's kind of like it's like a studio, like apartment. Like it's like how I would describe it. Like the bedroom. Like the bedroom is the living room. It's just a bed. There's a kitchen. Appears to be it. There's a regular house. There's a bed, kitchen, cabinets, closet, bathroom, the normal stuff.
So nothing laying about.
I mean, there's like some books and maps and things and like stuff's like scattered about, but like there's papers and stuff all around.
Okay, would they be useful to me? The maps, the books.
Sure, you can make another investigation check if you want to like really like look at them, study them, or you can just take them if you want.
Okay. Well, if I can just take them, then I'll just take them.
Okay. So what are you? You're just taking the pile of papers that are there?
Yep.
Okay. I'll say in those piles there is a map of the area, of like the local area, and there's a second map of the that is a map of the sorry, 1 moment. Map of the Edranor, the state of Edranor. That's where you're about to be entering. There's a state of Edranor, and then there's a map of the area that you're in, and it includes part of the border. And there's just some like papers that are, some of them, upon closer inspection, some of them are like recipes and just like notes that somebody might write down to help them remember things.
Okay. Is there any like squeaky floorboards or anything I'd be hiding before I eat?
Sure. Make another investigation check. You checking the floorboards?
It's weird that they have a trap out front, or what looks like a trap. Oh man, that was so long. So, you said investigation? 16.
While you're checking the floorboards, underneath one of the floorboards, you do find a set of 4 javelins.
Can I take them?
Yeah, I mean they're right there. You can take them.
All right, I'm gonna take them.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to leave.
Okay. Are you going back to the group?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah, everybody going to bed?
Yeah, bedtime.
Okay. As you all go to sleep, and you'll regain anything that you don't have, but you haven't used anything. So I'll say while you are asleep, everybody roll a wisdom saving throw.
19.
6. Is it a wisdom?
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh my gosh. 6.
And what was yours?
16.
What was yours?
19.
6?
6.
Okay. Fallon and Jake, you guys both sleep extremely well. You have no problem having sleep. You guys are not aware of this, but you both a nightmare comes to both of you. In this nightmare, you see a town that has been set ablaze and is in ruin, and the sky over you is dark red with lightning that is striking sporadically and periodically. Buildings are cascading and falling down near you. People are in the streets screaming and crying. There are explosions happening in the background. The ground shakes, and the earth it feels like it's like weeping from how much is going on at this point in time. In your dream, you see Ian Lynn standing across from you, the street, and you see that there is a tower falling, about to crush him. In your dream, you see the same thing, but it's your father, and there's a tower falling that is seemingly going to crush them. As both of you take off running and sprinting to try and run to save your father figures, right as you get to it, there is a explosion directly in front of you that sends you back as in a blaze of red and orange, and you both jolt awake in a hot sweat.
So do we remember this dream? But we're not aware.
You're not aware that you both had a very similar dream.
Okay.
You were not in each other's dream, but you both had a very similar dream.
Mhm.
Would you, when you woke up, what do you think you would do?
I was gonna kind of stare at the moon.
Okay.
I think I'd be kind of panicked.
Okay.
I'd be worried that maybe it was something, like meant something more than just a nightmare.
Okay.
Like something bad is going to happen. Like I think
Okay.
that's how I'd feel.
You both try to go back to sleep.
Okay. I'm gonna like to try to calm myself down, but stare at the moon and like softly hum the song my mom sang to me.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
13.
Roll a performance check for me. You.
Wow. Performance?
Yeah.
21.
I'll say you do hear her. You do hear her. It's loud enough and it's done well enough that you do notice her humming. Okay. You guys go back to sleep. Okay. You drift off back to sleep. The next morning you guys awake. What would you like to do?
How'd you sleep, Frog?
Yeah, I slept amazing. How'd y'all sleep?
Good. I've had better, I've had worse.
Cool. Let's get going.
Yes.
Okay. What order are you guys marching in?
Same as usual.
Does that go with everybody? Okay. We'll say you get another. I'm sorry.
Well, I just said routine is good.
Oh, okay. Let's say you get another 2 hours down the road. Everybody make a perception check.
16.
17.
11.
19.
Okay, I'll say, yeah, with those, you guys, there are a couple of things that, like, kind of get in your way. Like, there's some, like, jagged rocks and, some, like, roots that are up in the way that, like, would have tripped you and stuff. But all of you are pretty, at least as a group, especially since you're not walking in front and you rolled not super great, you guys are all able to, like, navigate and go these 2 hours pretty fine. So we'll say you're at the 4-hour mark. If you choose to take a break, you can.
Yeah. An hour break.
Sure.
At some point I'm gonna say like, hey, where's your family? You seem really young to be out here on your own.
I do not know.
Where'd you come from?
The crate.
That's all you remember?
No. That is what I'm willing to say. I would like to wander off in search for a friendly animal to befriend.
Oh, like during the break?
Yeah.
Okay, you can make a... Let's say... Make a survival check. That's what we'll do.
6.
You don't really have any luck finding anything, tracking anything down.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Your name, Rael, is that how you say it? Okay, I'm just bad at pronouncing. But anyways, I'm gonna turn to you and ask about like where you're from.
Well, there's kind of two answers. I come from the Moon Elves, but most of my time I spent growing up around humans with my mom. I don't know the name of the town.
Limes.
That's where my dad's from.
Oh, your mother is from, I think your mother is from, let me see. She's from closer to the, your mother was a traveler, right? Like, she was like out in the wilderness and stuff. Isn't that how she?
More as like a hobby, not. She did have a home base.
Okay.
And
Then I'm gonna say. I think we'll say she's from Pagoslav.
okay.
Pagoslav.
I spent most of my time growing up in Pagoslav, but I've been on my own, just kind of wandering for a while.
And Pagoslav, just real quick, sorry. Pagoslav is in it's in the oligarchy of Light-Valash, or Light-Valsia. Light-Valsia. So Light, Valsia. And it's an oligarchy, so.
What'd you say?
How come? You've been on your own.
Oh, well, after my mom died, my options were either go out on my own or go back to being a child with my father. He doesn't really see me as an adult. Elves tend to live a lot longer than I will.
I get wanting to be independent.
What about you? Have you, what was I gonna ask? Oh, where did you come from before you were with Ian Lynn?
Before, I've been on my own in the city for about 4 years. Just wandering, learning the ins and outs of the city, where we just came from, so I know it pretty well.
How'd you meet him?
He found me, actually. We're both part of a group.
What about you, Frank? Do you have any family?
I prefer not to answer your question.
Sounds suspicious.
Aren't we supposed to be getting to know each other and like no one's like telling anything?
I mean, that's the thing. Some people, it's all up to your character. You know, some people are more private than others, just like real life. Just like real life, some people are more private. You know. And to be fair, you guys have known each other for like a total, like you've like spent like a total of like 16 hours near each other.
That is what's the word for it? A very heavy answer for it to hear right now.
Just it's a complicated question.
Right.
Tragic past.
Yes.
I can relate.
I would like to go sit next to Frank.
Okay.
Just quietly.
You fine with him sitting next to you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I see you didn't have any luck with finding a little friend.
Nope.
Maybe tomorrow.
I hope so.
I want to sit at the in kind of a secluded area, but not too far away, because like I want to be able to hear if like something happens, but I want to examine the map that you told me about.
Okay. For next session, I will like actually like have a map up and ready for you, so you can actually look at it.
Okay.
But the map, the one that shows the surrounding area is like a hand-drawn map by who you assume would be the owner of that cabin. It looks pretty worn. The map looks to be pretty worn. It's tattered and stuff at the edges and stuff. It's mostly, it appears to be like trails and paths through the surrounding area, and there are some handwritten markings on it that say like owlbear, deer, just varying gray hairs and things like that, just various animals and stuff.
Does it have our trail like on it?
Yes, it does. Your trail is like in a deep defined like dark brown right through it.
So would this map tell me anything about dangers that I had?
It does. It warns you of some. It could warn you of some like paths that you might cross for animals and stuff. But you don't really see anything like in your immediate future trail.
Okay.
As long as you stay on the main path, you don't see much.
Okay.
Does anybody want to do anything else?
Good for that 1 hour break.
Okay. So, I'll say you guys can gather your things and you can start heading off. This is the last leg of your journey at this point, so you, right after you stopped, would have been like right before the border to the town. You get to the border and like everybody seems to really not give anybody any problem, but the elves that are running everything look at you guys very suspiciously. They look at you more in like wonder, like what is in front of me right now, and they look at you like they have some kind of like a disposition, like a predisposed thoughts about you. Could you make a perception check for me, real quick?
16.
You see that one of the elves is looking you up and down and does a couple double takes on you.
I noticed their perplexed look, and I jokingly say,
Roll an insight check if you're wanting to notice their look. You like looking at you or at them?
Me.
Oh, at you? Okay, yeah, you noticed that. Okay.
Okay. And I say, and I jokingly say, you haven't seen an elf before?
They're gonna like look at you in like amazement, like freaking dogs. They're gonna be like, yeah, do you have 10 silver for the border for the fair? Each of you? I can't believe it talked. Come on.
Yes.
I can't let you through.
Okay. I have a gold.
I mean, that'll work. I'll keep that. I'll take that. Are you wanting change? Like, are you asking
No,
for change for
those
them?
are
Oh, okay.
it's equivalent. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like hand him my fare, and like the one that was looking me up and down, and say like, do I know you?
He's gonna say, I don't believe you do, but you look familiar. Maybe I will someday, and then you just go on.
I guess I'll pay you.
Okay, so everybody mark off 10 silver or 1 gold. And then I'll say, roll one last. Everybody roll one last perception check for the last leg of your journey.
15.
9.
17.
Okay. I'll say, as you are approaching, as you're approaching the town, you two notice like pretty quickly that there's like smoke coming up in the air. Like
Just from the town?
Spiraling from the town, yeah, as you're approaching the town. You guys don't seem to notice it. You kind of like keep going. Are you guys going to say anything right away, or just...
I'll mention it.
Okay.
Since I noticed the spiraling smoke, I say, hey guys, do you see, like, I wonder what that spiral smoke could be.
I'm gonna kind of like shudder.
Yeah, it's worked out nice.
Yeah.
I noticed her hesitation. Wow. Why do you shudder?
I don't know.
I mean, you don't have to tell them if you don't want to.
I just nothing. It's nothing.
Okay. Yeah. And so.
Okay. I'll say you guys get to the city. And they're the guards like at the gate, like they seem to let you in. It's at this point in time it's getting late. It'd be about 6 o'clock again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like roughly like
Yeah,
six. It's getting up there in the day. The guards at the edge of the city, they kind of let you in. They seem like a little distracted and a little panicked, not panic's not the best word. They seem to be like preoccupied with other things, and they just kind of like let you guys pass on through without really like giving it a second thought. At this point in time, you all can kind of smell the smoke that you had seen earlier.
Yeah, what can we see of the town? Can we tell how it's lit up?
Yeah, it's a fairly small town. It's not, there's not like a wall or anything. It does have a castle in the center that some of the leaders from the town stay in. Like the mayor is like what the equivalent would be. There is a decent size like merchant area, but it's not anything extravagant. It's mostly trading and less buying.
Is there also the school?
Yeah, the school is on the far side of the town.
Okay. So where is the smoke related to the school? Like, would we have to go past the smoke?
Make a history check to see if you know where the school's at. Let's see if you know, like...
14, but 13.
13? Okay, I'd say you kind of, you know that the smoke is closer to the school than it is to you right now.
Okay. So, do we need anything from the markets? Do we want to head to the smoke because that is in the sky, or do we want to go to the school?
I want to see what the smoke is.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys make your way through the city. You can follow the smoke trail fairly easily. When you get there, you see that there is the school is intact, but there is a building that it appears to be to the east of the school. So the smoke is actually a little bit further to the east than what it had originally seemed. There's a wind blowing towards the west that's what's causing the wind to like spiral and make it look as though it was coming from like the direction of the school. But the school, which is where you were headed, seems to be pretty much intact. You still heading towards the school or towards the fire?
Can we tell how far it is away?
Yeah, you can just see the smoke, so I'd say it's probably like quarter to a half mile away.
Where do you want to go?
This is our destination, I believe.
And at this point in time, you notice like there are like what would be like the equivalent of firemen and stuff like going towards towards the fire at this point in time. Like there's a carriage with a horse-drawn carriage that's taking some crew members towards the flame at this point.
Do you want to go possibly look at the fire?
Might be interesting.
Let's look at the fire.
I do like fire.
Okay. So you guys get to the fire, and by the time you get there, it is pretty well it's put out. It's basically just the remains. As you finally because it's been hidden by the woods and stuff like this. It's still a wooded area that you're in. By the time you get to it, you see that it's put out, but not because of how great the firemen were, more because it just ran out of fuel, it looks like. The building is burnt to the ground, and It's turns out it's an annex of the school.
Does it look like people are like panicked, or is it?
At this point in time,
calmer
people
now?
are pretty calm.
Okay.
The people working on it seem to be pretty calm.
So I'm gonna like go, kind of grab somebody standing by and ask if anyone was hurt.
You're gonna see an elf man that's gonna be like, we don't know, but somebody's not where they're supposed to be. That's all we know at this point in time.
Do we hear that, or are we?
Yeah, I mean, you're
okay.
within earshot of her.
Okay.
I assume.
Who's missing?
You asking the guy?
Mm-hmm.
One of the professor at the school.
You guys don't think.
This dude studies stones. Unless he.
Could it be our guy?
Possibly, but perhaps we should check the school before we make those assumptions.
Yeah. Okay. I'm okay with checking the school first.
Okay. Maybe by then people will clear out and come
Going back to the school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys head back to the school. So you're gonna go into the front entrance like when you get there, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay. You go into the front, you're greeted at like a welcoming table, and the woman, it's a human woman that appears to be like a little panicked, and she's what sorry, what are you guys doing here today? We're about to close up. We're not even supposed to be open at this point.
We're looking for a scholar of stones.
Yeah, that sounds like, there's a, sorry, I just completely blanked. I was talking and there's Lazarus. Lazarus is, the expert on stones here, but, nobody's been able to find him for a few hours.
Where was he last seen? Do you know?
Heading to his office / dig site. He has his own little building that is built around. There's we call it a scar. There's a scar in the earth that he is spending his life studying.
But he was in his office.
Yeah, so his office is a part of this building that is built around what we call the scar. And he's not to be seen.
And where's the scar?
It is east of the school.
That sounds like where the building was at.
Do you guys have anything else? I'm really busy at this point in time. I have to call, or not call. I have to track down some people and have some talks.
Is this a personal office in this building, or is everything?
Say that again?
Is this like, so is his office only on the annex over east of this building?
His office is a part of the annex that, I'm assuming you just saw that there's a fire. We don't know if he was in there. We don't know what started it, but we are just worried for him. And you're gonna see her kind of look down at her hand. You see there's a wedding ring on her hand. And she's gonna start gathering her things to get out, to collect. And she's gonna be like, I'm really sorry, but I really have to be getting on my way at this point.
Do y'all want to go back to the site, or the burnt building?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, at this point, she is like already starting to head out the door.
Okay.
So we're gonna go back to the site of the fire.
Okay. When you get there, everything's, I mean, it still looks pretty much the same, except it's a lot more like wet. It's really humid from all the water that's evaporated from trying to put out the fire and stuff.
Can we see any clues as to what started the fire?
You can make an investigation check.
Seven.
You don't really get a really good idea about it.
Am I allowed to walk, like, into the, I don't know.
Like the rubble?
Rubble, yeah.
Yeah. Then you can. I mean, you can go ahead and try. See if anybody stops you.
Do you want me to roll?
No, you don't have to roll. You can just, if you want to walk down there, you can.
Oh, yeah, but I want to, like, look. Like, in.
Oh, yeah. What are you looking, like, what kind of things are you looking for?
I look for any thing that, like, survived the fire. Maybe clues to who we're talking to.
Okay, make a... Yeah, make an investigation check.
Can I ask around, are there any more people standing by?
There's a few, but quite a few less than what there was, or there's nowhere near as many as there was earlier.
22.
22? All you find like the remains of what is like a box that appears to be similar to the one that you have. And it looks to be like broken in half and kind of burned and charred away.
So I assume there isn't anything in it if it's broken?
Yeah, I mean, it's like cracked open, you can look at it. But there's a box that seems to be pretty similar to the one you have already.
Okay.
Or you wanted to ask?
Yes, I was gonna ask around and see if I could ask anyone if they've seen someone or something suspicious happen before this building burned down. Or if they know anything of how it burned down.
You can... Are you looking for somebody that's like a firefighter, or are you looking for somebody that's like a civilian? Because there's both still around, but just not as many as there was earlier.
I guess, well... I would say I would look for someone that, I guess a firefighter first to see ask him what caused the fire.
Okay, you go up to another firefighter and he's like, oh, we have no idea. We don't know what caused it. The fire was over as fast as it was started. It was super quick and everything was burnt and gone and we don't know what's going on.
Is there any, like, suspicious looking people lingering about?
Make a perception check.
6.
6. You don't really see anything. It is starting to get dark at this point, so you know.
You said there's like it's built around like a scar in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be part of what she already searched?
Miranda?
Yeah.
What Miranda already searched?
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't looking for those kind of things, but yeah, I mean, it would have been part of what she already searched.
What kind of things would be in the scar? Like this?
It's just stones. Just stones.
Can I go look in there for some special stones?
Sure. I mean,
anything that catches my eye.
You can try. Go ahead. Roll a nature check.
17.
You do find what appears to be like a very bright, like orangish yellow, like stone, but it is like down in the rock and stuff. And it's really, really, really small, but it's like embedded into a piece of rock.
Okay. Can I grab it, or do I need like tools?
it's like embedded in the stone. So I mean, like if you can like try and pull it out if you want to, but you probably. But I mean, like it's up to you.
Could I try to like break the rock around it with my hammer?
Sure, you can try.
I would like to do that with my maul.
The DC is going to be like how hard it is, like the difficulty of it is going to be pretty high because you're like trying to hit the rock around it and not damage the stone. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna have to.
Assume. Oh, it's embedded in rock. Would it even be? I'll try to hit it with the hammer.
Okay. Roll an attack.
10.
Miss. You swing really wide and miss. Or actually, we'll say you hit the rock, but it's like really, really solid. That makes more sense. You hit the rock sitting still. It's like you hit the rock, but it's really solid.
So
yeah.
So I was gonna ask, can I ask any civilians that are left if they saw anything suspicious beforehand?
Yeah, there's like 1 or 2 left. People are starting to head back to their homes. It's getting dark. Yeah, really.
Roll the 2.
Yeah.
I would like to crawl out of the scar and inform Frank of the pretty rock I found.
Okay.
And that's about it. Okay. I found an orange rock in the scar.
I'm going to call to 8 as he's crawling out of the scar in the earth and ask if he was playing in the dirt. Did you have fun?
I did have fun. I found a pretty rock.
I found a box that is similar to the one that we are delivering.
Was there anything in it?
It was cracked apart, so no. There could have been, but maybe it got burnt.
All right. Do you guys want to? What do you guys want to do next? You wanna hang around this area? You want to? It is getting dark.
Where could we go?
You look for somewhere to rest for the night.
We could go to an inn.
Yeah. Is there an inn?
There is. There is the there's an inn. Sorry, there is an inn. It's just called Warm and Cozy.
You guys want to head to Warm and Cozy?
Sure.
Okay. This is a small inn. There's not really a tavern or anything within the inn. There's not a bar within this inn. Are you wanting to like go up and ask the?
Yeah, we could get a room.
Okay. Do you want one room? Or you probably need to talk to the guy. So you're just gonna approach the.
Yeah, I'll
approach
the counter.
What can I do for you?
Do y'all have any more rooms available?
We have plenty of rooms.
Well, what are your rates per room?
I mean, depending on the room, but most of our rooms have a single bed in them. They're big beds, but it's a single bed, and it's about a silver a night. The nicer rooms, it's 2 silver a night.
I'm fine with
Would one room hold us all?
I
Yeah.
mean, some people would have to sleep on the ground, but it would hold you all.
I can make a sacrifice. I can sleep on the ground.
I'll sleep in my shell since I do that all the time.
I get to bed.
I love how you guys are just choosing to save up one singular piece of silver to. All right. You guys.
We're getting comfortable.
Yeah. So you guys go in. Mark off who's paying for the room.
Those guys.
I'll do it.
Okay. So 8. Mark off a silver for yourself. If you guys end up staying here more nights, you need to remember to mark off if you stay for some more nights. With that is where we are going to end tonight. And before we go, we're going to go ahead and level all you guys up. So, everybody, one after the other, roll whatever your hit die is. So, who would like to go first? You'll roll your hit die and add your Constitution modifier. Okay.
So 13.
13. So you rolled an 11 plus a 2. Wow. All right. So add 13 to your total hit points.
Let's go.
Okay, so you
Who's
roll
going next?
the hit die, 1 right, so that's 8. And you add the Constitution. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Dang, that's tough. Okay. So 3 hit points. Okay. Add 3 to your total. Oh man.
I had 3.
0 is 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I know that was an option.
11.
21. Oh wait, and plus my Constitution?
Yeah, so 11.
22.
Dang, so the glass cannon stayed very, very fragile and the tanks got really bulky. You guys rolled awesome and you guys rolled like crap.
We'll just remember that.
But yeah, you guys got that part down?
Yeah.
Okay. That's where we're gonna leave you guys for today. Thanks for coming into the first episode for Die for Die. We'll see you next week. Bye guys.